Hello everyone, Felix here. Unfortunately, again, I have to keep it low. Because people are downstairs. And as you can probably tell, my situation has not significantly improved. Let me pull up chat. Hold on, let me pull up chat. But yeah, my situation, it hasn't improved. If you've been following my Twitter, you're probably aware of, okay, so first off, yes, the PowerPoint remains unfinished. The slides remains unfinished. So for visual aids, I will unfortunately have to, for visual aids, I will unfortunately have to be pulling from, Wikipedia articles and stuff, because not a lot I could work with here. Hold on. Okay, I'm trying to pull up everything. Santorini, where's that? And, Anyways, thank you. Hello, hi, Big Yike. Hey, Yike. Nice to see you here. So, we've got a lot of losses and little victories today. Well, first off, my kitchen is non-existent. Everything is very uncomfortable because I have to eat, all my entire, my entire lower half, everything down low is in complete disarray. Everything below, everything down low is in complete disarray. I don't have a functioning kitchen. At least some of our appliances still work, like our fridge and our toaster, but nothing else really. Yeah. There's that. My right ear is hurting again. Well, not again. It doesn't normally do that, but it's not pleasant, and I'm having some trouble hearing out of it. There are people downstairs. It's very late, and most of all, my kitchen is still gone. Again, I'm ranting about that. I just hi, Anthofool. Hi, what's up, Felix? It could be better, but I guess it could be, the upside is that it could always be worse. But, the main unfortunate thing is, unfortunately, my slides are still not finished, so I'll be relying on Wikipedia articles as visual aids. But the problem here is that I feel most strongly is that, I've expressed because of this whole thing with Discord, I'm not really willing to import photos, right? I have to import photos directly, which is an extremely slow and frustrating process, because it's such a pain. Oh my gosh, it's such a pain. My phone, because of how my laptop is set up, I don't have use of I do not have use of my, of my mouse. I have to use a trackpad, like old times. I have to use a trackpad right now. I have to use a trackpad right now. I am forced to use a scroll wheel and stuff, and there's just so much that's missing that I would there's so much that I'm not able to import at the moment, or it's just even the photos that I have been able to import have given me just so much trouble, so much trouble to work with, that all the other stuff is, oh man, it's just such a pain. I'm sorry again, because I'm still having to work off of an unfinished unfinished slides, so that is a problem. But I guess the little things that I can start with is last time we left off, we were looking at Malta. thankfully I was able to import the photos for this. It's an extremely beautiful country. Like, I recommend you travel. Like, if you're gonna travel abroad, if you're gonna go to Europe, don't look for the big locations. Look for places like these, I guess. It's generally a lot safer too because there's a lot less people and it's less urbanized. There's gonna be less crime and stuff going on. But Greece. First of the islands we came to was in Crete. I had known where Crete was because like I had known a lot of general history about the place, but I thankfully like being there helped me get a big refresher. I was on Crete. This is one of the largest it's the largest freestanding island in the Greek archipelago. So, like, this is the first place in Greece that our ship landed at, and we were at this place called, where is that, Chania? Well, we were in Chania. No, it wasn't here. This wasn't the port. It was a lot smaller, because I think they needed a bigger port to accommodate the big cruise ship. So we landed, but we landed, where is that? Human geography. Where's the cities? Heraklion. It wasn't we didn't go to Heraklion, but it's like all these very it's a port on the side of it. Hold on, let me see if I can pull up Google Maps. Where is that? Here it is. Hold on. We might have docked on the other side of the yeah, there's Crete. I think we docked somewhere near Virgin of the Angels Monastery, Chania. It wasn't here. I think it was, hold on. Where is Chania, Crete, Santorini, Agia Triada Monastery. I think it was, okay, so I think, yeah, here we docked. We must have docked here then. It was at Gialos. I think it might have been here, but I'm trying to remember where because we took a tour bus for a long time. But it was this island. It was this island that we docked at, and it's a really pretty place, really interesting. But Crete, this is the largest island. Let me pull up my slide. It's the largest island in the Greek archipelago. It was originally ruled by the Minoans, one of the earliest civilizations in Europe. It kind of shares that title with It kind of shares that title with Malta for like having some of the oldest civilizations in Europe. Why they started on the islands and not in the mainland, I'm not familiar, but I guess the people who, like the humans who just settled there, just really they developed agriculture first. It was originally ruled by the Minoans, one of the earliest civilizations in Europe, and it was a center for a lot of classical Greek mythology, such as King Minos. We don't actually know. Something interesting is that we don't actually know what the Minoans called themselves. We only know what the ancient Greeks referred to them as, and that's by the name King Minos, aka King Minos. So they just like derived from that, like the Minos civilization. This is where this is one of the oldest civilizations in Europe, one of the earliest Greek ones as well, before the Mycenaeans took them over. For those who don't know, if you don't know, I guess, for a lot of people outside of maybe, like, God of War, Lara Croft, most people's, like, frame of reference for King Minos or the Minoans would be Ultra Kill of all places, because I know you fight King Minos in that game, because he's, like, treated as, like, one of the gods of the underworld, I think, like, after, like, before Hades. But the very real elements of the Minoan legend is the Minoans is where the idea of Atlantis came from, because it's said that their civilization was destroyed after a volcanic eruption that swept them into the sea. Like a volcano erupted, and the resulting earthquake and tsunami from the eruption swept the Minoans into the sea and destroyed their capital. And it's theorized that one day it will rise again or whatever. But Atlantis is based directly on the Minoans, from my recollection, at least. And it's also and they were based out of Crete. I guess the Greeks call it Crete, but it's also, as our tour guide explained, it was the center for a lot of classical Greek mythology, such as King Minos, Theseus and the Minotaur. Like, if you know the original story of Theseus, I can't remember the name of the princess. Theseus, the Minotaur, and the Labyrinth of the Golden Fleece. According to legend, it took place on the island of Crete under the Minoans. And the tale of Daedalus and Icarus. Where's that? The Labyrinth and the Palace of Knossos were the setting of myth and of Theseus and the Minotaur, by which the Minotaur was slain by Theseus. Icarus and Daedalus were captives of King Minos and crafted wings to escape. After his death, King Minos became a judge of the dead in Hades, while they didn't talk about this one, but the Elysian Fields. I know this is this is like, if you've seen Gladiator, then you know where that was. But in mythology, Crete has a strong association with the Greek gods, but also connected to the Minoan civilization. The goddess Athena bathed in Lake Volsumini, and it's a really interesting place. And it's also because this was, for a while, this was separate from Greece. I know it came under under the Hellenic period. I'm trying to remember the Hellenistic period, Roman rule. Then the Byzantines came, later ruled by the Romans, the Byzantines, the Arabs, the Venetians, and the Turks, / the Ottomans. And like with a lot of Greece, after the fall of Rome, after the fall of Byzantium, the Turks and the Ottomans ruled it for the longest while. And it eventually, this was and something interesting is that it had its revolution separate from Greece, because separate from the Greek mainland. Because as you can see, it's kind of far from the Greek mainland. They were able to overthrow the the Turkish Empire first, but Crete lasted for a while. Crete lasted for a while under Turkish rule. Crete lasted for a while until, where is that, Venetian rule and the Cretan state, yeah. Because they attempted multiple times to secede from Turkey and unify with Greece. The great powers decided to restore order, and by February 1897, so this is very early on, but in February 1897, sent in troops. The island was garrisoned by troops from Great Britain, the United Kingdom, or England, France, Italy, and Russia. Germany and Austro-Hungary were withdrawn from the occupation in early 1898. So, under suzerainty. In September 1898, they didn't mention this, but it's eventually it was the great powers of Europe, all the Western European colonial empires intervened to liberate Crete from the Ottoman Empire, which is a really interesting story. But just as much is the whole all these stories of revolutions that were going on, and that kind of leads us into the story of the Aga Triada Monastery. Of course, there are this is a Greek Orthodox, Christian Orthodox monastery that we visited as part of the tour. This was built by apparently the story goes is that there were two brothers who I think were Roman Catholic priests that converted to Orthodoxy for I guess they were converted to they were converted to Orthodoxy. It's a really small facility. It's an old place, but like, as you can see, like besides being like this big, a lot of stories for Greek paganism, Crete is also like a big stronghold for Orthodox Christianity. So like there's a lot of like churches, a lot of Orthodox churches here in Crete, and like it's a really interesting place. It's a pretty building. Where is that? One of the few photos that I was able to upload is because the monks keep a lot of cats. I guess their vows allow them to keep a lot of pets. They have a lot of cats there. There's like a lot, like an entire like swarm of cats that are living at the monastery that are outside. They hang out with the monks, they hang out with the tourists. And I saw this one, who I'm also calling Mollington, fighting this black cat that like that stupid black cat that like wanders across your path and gives you bad luck. But this guy, who I guess I'm naming after Mollington, it got him. It literally it wrestled him and held its head down. Like, these cats are crazy, but it's funny to watch them. But going back to the monastery itself, it is really interesting. It's a very small facility. You grow up like learning about like all these monasteries and convents in Europe, especially like the Catholic ones that are like basically their own fortress or their own castles. But this isn't much. This is very small. They do allow tourists on site. They allow like lay people and tourists to enter. Even if you're not Orthodox, they let you enter the church and all that and take pictures. The issue is for all this is that Crete isn't very wealthy, and not the Orthodox Church, the Greek Orthodox Church on Crete isn't very wealthy, and Greece as a country politically isn't very wealthy. They're not very rich. A lot of the it's not like dirty or whatever, but it's just like it's clearly not first world, even if it is technically a first world country. So, and like you look around, like both like me, like even though I am not Orthodox, I am not Orthodox. I looked at this place and I kind of felt really bad for like the monks and even like the regular people and the tourists who visited, because there's not much here. It's a really pretty church, it's a really pretty monastery, but there isn't much. A lot of the historical, like as a lover of history, a lot of the buildings are crumbling. The outer walls are basically the only, and the places where the monks live are basically the only they're the only places that have like serviceable serviceable places to live, which is a real shame. Which is like it's a real shame, because like it's a really pretty place. They've got gardens and everything, but you expect something bigger, and you go into the church and you expect something bigger. It's a really small church, by the way, and so like there isn't much. Something they do is that they sell wine and olive oil. Hold on, let me go fish up the one from extra virgin olive oil. Thank you, Demonstrous. Speak of the devil, I guess. Even though he's a monster, he's a good guy. He ain't a devil by any means. But let me go find what I was talking about with him, because something interesting is that the monks here in the Agia Triada Monastery, they sell olive oil. They sell literal extra virgin olive oil, and I think we did buy some. And where is that? Let me go find the stuff that I was tweeting with him. Where is that? Here it is. Something that I was discussing with him was the the extra virgin olive oil. Like, I will be discussing extra virgin olive oil on stream. Like, all the places I visited grew olives. So the fun part about Crete is that apparently, well, according primarily... Oh, shit. Oh, damn. there's a wildfire on Crete. Yeah, that's a problem. I hope they take care of that soon. In Heraklion. That's I'm just finding out about that right now, because that's yeah, that's a shame. I hope they like, and it's near like a church too. That's a damn shame. I hope they it's near a farm. Shit. I hope they're able to clear that up, because that sounds terrible. But yeah, going back to the yeah, that's not good. But going back to like the topic of like, and them selling olive oil, a lot of Greek like Greece, like Greece is the original. Well, besides maybe Lebanon, like, okay, everywhere here, every country that that's a lot of wildfires going on. I guess that's part of life. But every single country that I visited, Spain, like the last time when I visited Italy, I went to Italy, Greece, Turkey, all of these countries sell olives, every single one of them. And well, according to the Greeks, if you take the Greeks' word for it, which like in the past, I guess if you're a little bit racist, like you would say it's not worth it's not worth like a trusting a Greek. But the Greeks I talked to were very nice, so I trust them. According to them, the Crete produces the best, or like the most pure olive oil in the world. Even in the mainland, and specifically Crete. Even in the mainland, when I went to Athens, they were still serving Cretan olive oil, and some of it comes from like monasteries like these. Here's the issue with the Cretan extra virgin olive oil. It's too smooth, and like you're gonna say, you're gonna say, Felix, how can olive oil be too smooth? What are you talking about? The stuff that we get, like when I taste olive oil in America, or I taste it in Italy, it's because I do it with like balsamic vinegar or whatever. It's stronger, it's more pungent, it's more acrid. It's a bit sour and sulfurous, and it's a little bit more salty. The stuff that comes from, like, the olive oil that comes from Italy, and I kind of like that, because in here, I guess it's like preferences of beer versus like how you take your beer, how you take your olive oil. I love olive oil as a food. It's like, I guess like my family has told me before that I am like there's a reason why my last name here is Valenti, because even though I might be an Oriental, my family tells me I'm spiritually Italian, because I love Italian food and I love Greek food as well. But like the Greek stuff it's a bit too smooth. It's very light. It's always little herbal hints. The Greek olive oil, the Cretan olive oil, it's very light. It's very airy. It's very I've been using that to describe food a lot, but it's very light. It's very subtle. I don't like subtle in an olive oil, but I do respect that. Like my parents seem to prefer the Greek olive oil. I prefer the Italian stuff. But the monks here at the monastery, they are selling olive oil. But yeah, this is the stuff that I did get to see firsthand. It's nice, and something interesting is outside the religious facilities, there's like next to their gift shop, they have this like really odd like historical exhibit of just like unlabeled stuff. There's just like and because the interesting part is that according to the stuff here, according to like what the tour guide told us, not only was this like a monastery in a religious area, but this was also like a safeguard for the Greek Revolution against the Ottomans. Like you had like people up in the church and like in the watchtower using it as sniper towers. Felix honorary Italian ? Well, my last name is Valenti, but yeah, like you'd see the like I guess during during like all the wars fought in Greece, like the Greek Civil War, World War II, the Greek Revolution against the Turks, you'd have people up in this like on top of the monastery walls or in the towers with rifles, just like looking down, like snipe. Like the Turks would attack, they would defend, and they would hunt. Like the guerrillas would like snipe from here and all that. That's a really cool aspect of it all. Hold on. The thing is, hold on. Yeah, the Greek. Hold on. Was it? Yeah, and something interesting that I did see in the monastery, in the little like historical exhibit, is that like I saw an Italian helmet from World War II. They had an Italian helmet from World War II with a bullet hole through it. They had two Stahlhelms, I think M35 Stahlhelms issued by Nazi Germany, which means they probably got it from ground troops, like from actual Wehrmacht ground troops that invaded Crete instead of the Fallschirmjägers who wore a different helmet, and I think a French dragoon helmet from the 1800s that was also there. And the other important part about Crete is like, if you know your modern history, especially if you're like a World War II enthusiast, yeah, this is the invasion of Crete. This is the it was occupied. This was a British base during World War II. All of Crete was a British military base during World War II for the Royal Air Force, the Royal Navy, and the British Army. During the Battle of Crete, during the Battle of Crete, the Luftwaffe attacked all of Crete, like full on. I think from their bases in. It was either from. I think it was from. I have to look into it because I can't remember where they attacked from. I think it might have been from North Africa. It might have been from North Africa via the Africa Corps, but the Luftwaffe attacked Crete, and it was their second major invasion since the Turks, and the Nazis struck Crete, and it resulted in a German victory. Germany and Italy. So it was the British Empire, the British Commonwealth, and Greece against Nazi Germany and Fascist Italy, and this was considered one of the most like some of the roughest fighting in this sector, because both the British army was caught off guard, but the Greek resistance held out for a while here. They held out for a long while against the Nazis. There's a big graveyard commemorating both the German and the British side that we visited. That was the first place that we visited when we left the ship. So that was a really interesting aspect of the stuff that we did with the Battle of Crete. And like I was like, as a World War II, like besides me being like interested in Greek mythology, we're so a slip there. Whatever. It's a historical flag. It doesn't matter. It's a historical flag. But unfortunately, there are people downstairs. I hope they keep it down, because unfortunately they can't hear. Like, hopefully you can't hear them. Okay, but like the interesting part about Crete is that we visited the Allied graveyard. Trying to like. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. But yeah, like it was a fierce resistance from both Allied forces and civilian Cretan locals. The invasion force suffered heavy casualties, and Hitler forbade further large-scale paratroop operations for the rest of the war. So this was really this was where, like, despite it being a Nazi victory, this was basically where the Fallschirmjägers, these guys, like the legendary, like the German paratroopers, this is where they basically met their end, because the losses were so strong that Hitler decided it's not worth it to use these guys anymore. It's like we're taking so much losses that it's really it's not going. We've lost the plot. We can't fight these guys anymore. We just need to hold it with ground troops. And eventually, it was ended. It was like following the collapse of fronts elsewhere in Europe, German forces evacuated most of Crete in October 1944, leaving an area under Chania, including Chania, under occupation. The following year, the day after VE Day, the remaining Germans surrendered at Knossos to the British, because of course they, being the Nazis, they committed a lot of war crimes. But it is like a really interesting battle because like the ability of the Greeks and their ability to like hold off for so long against the Fallschirmjägers led to an eventual like crippling of an entire branch of the German military. So like I guess like there aren't a lot of World War II games that cover this topic. I know there's several movies that do. But yeah, so that was an interesting part of me. A part that we saw. A part of the graveyards that we visited was one of them was like one of the gravestones at that graveyard that we visited was for an unnamed British Royal Air Force pilot who they couldn't identify the body, but they buried him there anyway. But that's like a really it had a really interesting epitaph. I can't bring up the photo, but it's like really interesting. And to think that like someone as old as like people like us, people as old as we were probably flying like BF-109s and Spitfires over the island, dueling it out over the island. Like people as young as you and me doing this kind of thing is just insane to me. I guess that's the nature of war. But yeah, Agua Triana. Chania, we visited here as well. Again, like the other interesting part about the military history of Crete is the recent stuff. Because when I was here, they were doing, I think, Greek Independence Day celebrations. I think in late June, they had F-16s, Hellenic Air Force F-16s taking off from a Greek Air Force base, that one of which we passed by, and near a Greek Air Force base, I saw a U.S. Air Force. The U.S. Air Force does have a presence here. It does have a presence here. The U.S. Air Force has an RC-135 rivet joint operating out of Crete, which services like the entirety of like the Middle East and Northern Africa. Like the rivet joint is like this big Boeing 747 operating like a spy plane. You have that operating out of here, escorted by the Greek and U.S. Air Force here, which is really interesting. The Greeks, so far, the Greeks have pretty good relations, to my recollection, with the U.S. in terms of military relations. So that's really cool to see. And in addition, one of the coolest shots that I got when we were leaving the dock that our cruise ship docked at, we were driving around a big cliffside, near the ocean that you could look down from the bus and take pictures. I saw I think it was either a Greek Navy, a Hellenic Navy, or it could have been from an allied navy like Italy or Germany or whatever. But I saw a submarine. I think that's the first modern submarine I'd ever seen entering the same port that our cruise ship was docked at, which was really cool to see. A military submarine. Again, really cool to see. About Chania, it was old. I'm trying to remember all the stuff, but this was built under primarily built by the Venetians. This was primarily built by the Venetians. Then it was conquered by the Ottoman Turks. Chania right here. Really pretty city, but again, it's very small. This is basically this is considered a big city for Greece. It's very small. There's not much here in terms of it's not an especially luxurious city. It's pretty, but it's not with a lot of tourist locations and historical locations. But it's not significantly. Lighthouse of Chania. I did walk around here. I did walk around the Chania harbor. Yeah, I took some Yeah, the Furka Fortress. I did take some pictures here and climb up there. I ate at a couple restaurants near here. That was really nice. You got the Church of Saint Nicholas there. But yeah, Shania isn't. It's not very big. You're not like if you're looking for like ultra rich places, you're not gonna find it here. But it is a really nice place to eat, a really nice place to go around. Dad and I had I think there was a restaurant near here. I think it was at this restaurant exactly, Palace, where I ate it was like a rack of lamb and French fries, and it was really nice, really good, really good. We got that. We got some. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to try Greek yogurt, but I was looking for it. Authentic Greek yogurt, I mean. But going around, it is fun to do. It was fun to look around. There are some places here that are very picturesque. It very much is like the stereotypical Mediterranean city. Like you would see places like this in maybe Sicily or like the southern Greek mainland, and it is really pretty. Shania. So we did that. That was very nice. That was very nice to go through. And then this part is gonna suck because genuinely, this is the on one hand we weren't here for very long and there wasn't any like major historical locations, but it is one of the most picturesque places. Like you go here for the pictures. Here it is. Via and Fira in Santorini. Fira and Via in Santorini. This is a giant volcano. This entire island is a giant volcano. Where is that? Crete. Google Maps. Crete. Agia Triada. Very demonstrous. Shania. Santorini. This is if you are a if you are like a tourist in Greece, besides Athens and like the historical locations in Athens, this is the place that you're going. That's like most stereotyped as being like the Greek city with all the blue domes and everything, with like the windmills and like the churches and cathedrals with the blue architecture, with the blue Byzantine architecture. It's Santorini. The Greeks call it Thera, but I think the Italian name for it is Santorini, and I refer to it as generally as Santorini. That is where I was wearing this one. This it's a little bit of a dad fit, but I think I looked good in it because these were this was my Barcelona fit, this was my Malta fit, this was like me being at sea. These two were my Greek fits. This was in Athens, and this one was in Santorini, because the stuff that we did here. Let me tell you. Oh man, it's so fucking pretty here. We'll get to that in a second. Fira and Via. Unfortunately, sorry about the noise from downstairs. I'm hoping they keep it down. Hold on. Let me text them real quick. But yeah, Santorini was just it's so pretty here, man. Oh man, it's like you go here. Here's the thing. It's the issue is I talked to our Greek tour guides and our Greek taxi drivers about Santorini, and they just said you go to Thera, you go there once, you go there once. There isn't much here. It's really a tourist trap. But the thing is, it's a really good tourist trap. The geology of the island is really interesting. Again, this is an entire volcano. The entire thing is a Greek island, is a small circular archipelago formed by the Santorini caldera. This is a giant volcano. This is like this is built out of a volcano that is partially sunken into the sea, and like if your cruise ship will enter the volcanic caldera here, and it's just so cool. You go there, and here's the thing: there are no docks. There are no docks for the cruise ship. You have to lay anchor like around right here in the deep water port, in the deep water section of in the deep water section of the volcano, like that's still filled with seawater. Yeah, and like boats from the shore, because they have like a big sailor culture. Boats from the shore will go from where's Wea? Yeah, okay, so we docked around the northern edge of the caldera of the crater around. No, it was around here, I think, and then we docked around here. And the best part is that like there are little boats. There are boats that take you to shore. There's a bunch of like speedboats and passenger ferries that take you to shore. It's so damn cool, man. It's so it's so cool here. It's just like here's the thing. What you do when you go around here, what you do here is you are a farm. Besides taking pictures and acting like a tourist, what you do here is you are a farm. I was full, like, it's like how I was in Malta, because like I was dressing up and like doing all my thing. I was like, in my mind, I was LARPing as Bond. I was LARPing, like, I was James Bond LARPing again, right here, I was sitting on the bow of the passenger boat that was taking us in, that was taking us into the harbor. I was standing up, like our farming, like my face into the wind, with the first light theme in my ear. I was just like, no, it wasn't the first light theme. It was it was that Die Another Day theme where Bond walks into the hotel. I was R farming. That's what you do here. Like, if you go to a place as beautiful as this, you can't help yourself but R farm. We had the interesting part is that there's a funicular. There's there are stairs here, but there's no motor transport. There is no motor transport. You have to walk all the way up the cliff using these stairs. There is a cable car that goes from here to here, and because my mother is has a deep-seated fear of heights. Well, I don't, because I just have a fear of falling. I can handle heights just fine, but because she has like a major fear of heights, our destination was a town called Fira. Yeah, this was down so we docked here, and then we took another boat ride all the way down here. I think to another dock in Fira. I'm pretty sure we went up the hold on. Old Port of Fira. No, hold on. I have it all wrong. I think I have it all wrong. I think we docked, we docked... Where was it? No, we docked here. My bad, it was Fira. Yeah, it was the Santorini Old Harbor. We docked here. My bad, I'm being stupid. We docked here. We docked here, and then we took a separate boat that took us to Wea, which was all the way up the coast here, and then we took to Wea all the way up here. We climbed up a set of we got in this van, and we drove up, and then we had I had lunch. No, I had lunch, and then where's that? Wea and Fira. Yeah, that's right. The architecture. Yeah, we saw the white painted houses, the neoclassical mansions. a lot of these, yeah, like I have a good shot. I have a really good shots of these, but I wasn't able to upload them in time. This is it during sunset, but I will tell you, it's better during the it's better during the afternoon, because the sun is really high in the sky. Like, the sky is blue, the sea is blue, and like the white and blue whitewashed, like the whitewashed architecture of Via looks really pretty, especially with the blue domes in the like, like against a blue backdrop. Yeah, our cave houses used by the crew of the ships on the lip of the volcanic crater. The wealthy ship captains built in neoclassical mansions. It's like the blue dome. Yeah, the blue domed houses. It's really cool here. Like, I guess like a lot of people kind of look at Via as kind of like a place to retire. Like, it's really fun. Yeah, the picturesque blue domes. I did get a few pictures here. One of the funny things aren't like the Greek locals, but like, you go to like a picture taking spot, and I met this lady, like a full on a Japanese lady in a kimono, like a Japanese tourist who's wearing her kimono. I guess she wanted, like, I don't know why she was in a kimono, besides, I guess, like, she wanted to take a picture with it in Greece for some reason. But she like that, like this older Japanese lady, but she looked really pretty in that kimono, I guess. But I don't know why she was in a kimono, but she took it she took a picture against like the blue domes with it there, and she's asking, like, in like some really broken English, like, unfortunately my weeb Japanese was not sufficient enough for me to help her, but she was like asking for like help taking pictures, and thankfully someone did go to help her. So the funny part is that after us taking pictures and getting like some stuff to eat, that is what, like, the only picture that I have of me on Santorini or Via was this flesh post. Hold on. What am I doing? Is this flesh post when I was like, and I think I picked the right clothes, because my clothes really did match it matched the architecture that I was working with here. So the funny part is that, remember, I told you that my mother was scared of heights. It's like she has like a big fear of heights. Oh, by the way, before we leave that subject, this right here is Ozo. This was taken at the monastery, but I later got a chance to try it. This is Ozo. Hold on. Ozo. This is Ozo, a dry anise flavored aperitif that is widely consumed in Cyprus and Greece. Here's the thing: I had like there was a version of a mojito. Normally mojitos are made with Cuban white rum, but they like one of the places that we visited, and you know what? I decided to day drink. I'm not even ashamed of it. I decided to day drink. I had like a Greek style mojito for breakfast, and it was really fun to have. And it was made, instead of rum, it was made with this, and like it was work of the 14th century monks on Mount Athos, flavored with anise. This version became known as Ozo. To me, this is like Greek gin. This is like Greek style gin. So I had like a mojito with that, and that was really good. The funny part is that, bear in mind, again, my mother is scared of heights. So it's like we were looking for the bus to take us back to the boats, but we got on the wrong bus. They did take us back to Via. From Via, they did take us back to Fira. Although. Oh, we got the wrong bus, and we went back to Fira, because there's no way to really get down by boat from here unless you go down the port, and back to the unless you go down the port. So we showed up in the wrong city, and the only way to get back to the harbor is to take the cable car, which my mom wished to avoid. We took the cable car, and I was my poor mother. I was laughing at her the whole time because it was genuinely like we went through all this trouble to avoid taking the cable car, like taking the only way down was via cable car, and we had to take it, and like through all our trouble that had to in which we had to avoid it. This was our only option to go down from there, and then we went back to the ship. That was fun. That was fun. Until Santorini Caldera, and the most interesting part, like historically, when it comes to Santorini and Croatia, is that the Minoan eruption. This site was this was the largest volcanic eruptions in recorded history. The Minoan eruption, which occurred about 3,600 years ago at the height of the Minoan civilization. So I was talking about how the Minoans ruled over Crete. Like in the past. Apparently, according to them, like the eruption from this volcano, from the Santorini volcano, wiped out the Cretan civilization because the volcanic eruption caused a tsunami that destroyed the Minoans from here. Like it was enough to do that, and so technically, I visited the island. Like besides Santorini being like famous for the architecture, this is also the island, the volcano that destroyed Atlantis. So in a way, this is the one that caused it to sink into the sea. Yeah, the Minoan eruption. The Minoan eruption, sometimes called the Fura eruption. It destroyed the Minoan settlement at Akrotiri in Santorini, as well as communities and agricultural areas on the nearby islands of the coast of Crete, with subsequent earthquakes and tsunamis, with a volcanic explosivity index. So that's it's a really interesting. Again, I'm not a geologist. I'm not really cut out for geology or archaeology or whatever, but it is such natural history is just as interesting as human history because of the wild stuff that can happen, and how dramatic eruptions and aspects of the earth can change human civilization. The pyroclastic flows, historical impact, was felt at Minoan sites in Crete, Atlantis. The location hypotheses of Atlantis suggested that the Minoan eruption is reflected in Plato's story of Athens. The view remains prevalent in popular culture as reflected in the TV programs. However, this view is not supported by current scholarship. So that was that. And anyways, so after that. So that was Santorini, and then the next place was Ephesus in Turkey. So first we went to here's the thing. No, the first thing that you notice when entering Turkey is that it's a lot wealthier as a country. I don't want to get it too political, but I'm not too big of a supporter of let's just say Turkey isn't exactly politically friendly to they're not exactly the political sweethearts of America really at the moment. But the interesting part is that you land in Turkey and we landed in Kusadasi. We landed here in the port of Kusadasi, and something that you immediately notice is that. Hold on, excuse me. Something that you immediately notice about Turkey is that it is in fact it is drastically richer than the other places that we visited. Yeah, Malta was really well developed. but it wasn't particularly it wasn't especially wealthy. Like there are wealthy parts of Malta, but it wasn't like this major powerhouse where everyone lived really well. You land here in Kusadasi, it's not to America levels where like everything is really well developed, but it's wealthy. It's the wealthiest country that we visited. And I don't know exactly how to take that, because it like some of like the ways that Turkey, like how Turkey has been and all that, it's a bit controversial. But we were there for the historical sites as well as like the Anatolian and Turkish stuff. Where's that? But I am gonna be like a little bit reverent here, because okay, so about Ephesus, the first place that we visited on the tour was again, I usually don't mention religion a lot in my streams, but I do take this stuff pretty seriously. And I do like hold it with like more than a bit of reverence, because it is what it is. This is purported to be the Fira, and this is purported to be, according to Catholic legend, this is the house of Saint Mary. This is apparently the house of Saint. This is the house of Saint Mary. Like this is a restored house, at least now serving as a chapel. Yeah, so it's a shrine. It's a church, but according to at least the versions of the story, it is the house of it was the house of Saint John's. It was the house of Saint John, and which later became was known as the residence of Saint Mary. And here in Turkey, before it was Turkey, this was still the Eastern Roman Empire. This was still Greece. It's a small Roman-style house on top of a mountain near Ephesus in Turkey, believed to be the house of Saint John the Apostle, who was the writer of the Book of Revelation, and Saint Mary, Mother of Jesus. Initially theorized via the visions of a German nun known as the Blessed Anne Emmerich, and in the 1880s and discovered by a French priest in the 1890s. Archaeology confirms that the site does date to the 1st century AD. It is now a site for a holy site for Catholics, for Christians, specifically Catholics, although it does function as like a general historical site. I think we did see Greek Orthodox visiting as well as Muslims. Apparently it's also a holy site for Muslims. While the Catholic Church has not confirmed the site as it was, it has hosted papal visits before. Like the Pope has been here. The multiple popes have been there. And it's a site hosts a baptismal font and artisanal well and wishing well for prayers. So it is while I cannot confirm the historical accuracy of this site, it is a place that I hold in some pretty high reverence. And again, I usually don't bring up religion in the streams, but this was a place that I prayed at. This was a place that my family prayed at. It was nice. It was very peaceful. It's a very welcoming place, even if you aren't Catholic, or the Greek Orthodox Church doesn't confirm this, although technically this is their territory, the Greek Orthodox Church, and it doesn't confirm this, but it is what it is. And yeah, it was a really nice and a really nice place to visit. A lot of place to clear your mind, a lot of place to clear your mind and settle your stuff about that. So we did visit here, and after that was the Virgin Mary House, the Fountain in Wishwell, the ancient baptismal pool. I feel as much as I do hold Saint Mary in high reverence, I feel it's also not as much mentioned that it's also the former house of Saint John. Again, literally the guy who wrote the legendary famous the favorite disciple, and the guy who wrote who wrote the Book of Revelation and all that. Like, apparently this was also his house as well. So that is like the truth, like what it is to me. After that, more importantly, is Ephesus in Turkey. Where is that? The hold on, give me a second to find it. The Ephesus historical site. Here it is. This was really interesting to go to, especially as someone who like really appreciates the like ancient history. What the hell is that? The House of Pleasure historical landmark. The ancient Greek Agora. Yeah, we did go to there. But yeah, the ancient so hold on. We did go here. The this is down the mountain. Like, this was built on the House of St. Mary is on the mountain, but this was built lower down on the mountain, and it's a very complicated history. Like, it has very complicated history, not because it's controversial or whatever, but because it's like it's hard to make sense of like initially. Ephesus was a major city, like. Again, it has like a major like Christian connotation as well, because if you know like St. Paul's letter to the Ephesians, like letters to the Ephesians, it came from this city. This was like a major metropolis of its time. This was a major metropolis of its time. Like apparently St. Paul himself did preach here as well. This was an ancient Greek city. This is a very long history of like, this is one of the oldest cities in the world, at least. This has basically been like ancient and classical history. This has been a hallmark of it. It's up there with Rome, it's up there with Athens, it's up there with like Jerusalem and Antioch and Corinth. It's like, it's wild how important this city has been. Yeah, the Greek migration. Hold on, let me find my write-up. Built primarily by the Greeks in Anatolia, primarily out of marble. Originally a seaport and a trade city, the city gradually expanded as parts of the city dried up, eventually becoming landlocked. So this was originally a harbor, but the sea just was gone because I guess it either dried up or the sea levels fell. It's a complicated the geological history and like the natural history of Ephesus is something I don't fully understand. I think the sea level dropped, or it could have been because of like they dug up too much of the land and they pushed the ocean back too far. It was controlled by the Persian Empire because the Greeks lost it. It was built by the Greeks, but the Greeks lost it to the Persians during the I think it was the Peloponnesian War. I have to check on that. Classical period. Yeah, the Archaic period. Important ally to the Kingdom of Lydia. The Ionians refused peace from Cyrus the Great. This is like a very long political history because Persians incorporated the Greek cities of Asia Minor into the Achaemenid Empire. So this was conquered by Cyrus the Great. So this was after the war with Athens and Sparta, but this was captured by the Persians. If you know Persia, then you know like they were the predecessor to modern day Iran. But Persia is Persia. Like, they are their own identity. The Persian Empire did conquer this city until, hold on, let me find my write-up. Then the Greeks again, because the Athenians took it back, and then later the Spartans took control of this city because they were allied with the Spartans. And then after the Spartans, the Romans came. After they conquered Greece, they conquered this as well, where a temple to Emperor Hadrian was built. Hadrian is probably one of the I could be wrong because I don't know my Roman, I should know better my Roman history, because being a Cupid and all, I should keep on top of both Roman mythology and history. But to me, Hadrian is probably one of the most important Roman emperors besides Augustus and Julius, because Hadrian has literally been everywhere. He's been here Hadrian, he's been here. He's been to like he erected the wall in Scotland, Hadrian's Wall. He's been in Rome, of course he ruled Rome. He's been in Israel, and he was he ruled over Israel and Palestine as well. He was literally the guy who named Palestine, which is it's crazy stuff to think about. Hadrian has been everywhere. Was he a bit of a tyrant? Yeah, I wouldn't commend all the things he's done, but he was there's no question that Hadrian was a really effective conqueror. After that, it was a major site for early Christianity, visited by Saints Paul and Saint John. It was a major trade and economic center for the Byzantine Empire. It was later sacked by Turkish pirates and later incorporated into the Ottoman Empire, and it's still considered a Turkish city today. The archaeological site was first claimed by British explorers. It was later claimed by Turkish and German archaeologists. So this was again, very big, very major site. This was under this wasn't under the Roman Empire. This was a lot of cities in Asia and in the Middle East and Europe came under the control of the Roman Empire. This was old enough to be a part of the Roman Republic, which is just it's again, wild stuff to me. I did get a picture of this in real life, although I wasn't able to yeah, there's the Temple of Hadrian. Again, unfortunately, I do have a lot of real life pictures of these, but I wasn't able to upload them. The Theater of Apicius, oh yeah, this was conquered by Alexander the Great as well, which is again, crazy stuff to me. Here's the thing, my first-hand experience of visiting the city, I was able to take a lot of pictures. It's a really pretty place. If you're really into archaeology and history, it is even if you're just a tourist, please visit this place. It is so pretty here. It is so pretty. And be careful because it is very hot. And the most important part is that the entire city is composed half of limestone, half of cut stone, half of limestone and sandstone. But the majority of it is made of marble, preserved marble from the ancient times. It is still a very high quality marble, but here's the problem. Here's the problem with high quality marble is that it's slippery. It's a very smooth stone. It's very polished. And we kept falling. We kept falling unironically. Most of this, all of the original steps, all of the original marble steps that haven't been replaced by sandstone are made of the smoothest marble you will ever see. Literally, you could, despite it being really dusty and, sandy here, if you spat on the ground, it would be considered a wet floor. This place is wild. This place was just, I don't know, it's just funny to me. Because, we had a lot of old people in the group where I had to, help, there were old ladies that my parents and I had to, help up and, protect from, the marble floor. I had to pick someone up off the floor. There was this guy who kept slipping, who wasn't part of our tour group, but he kept slipping down. I slipped multiple times. Thankfully, I didn't fall. And it's just, it's I get it. It's a very luxurious material, marble. It's a very luxurious and also durable material, one that can keep its shine and luster for a while. But the problem is it's not pleasant to walk on because it is too smooth. You will fall down on it. A lot of people have fallen down on it. I nearly fell down on it. I had to help people up from falling down on it. And there were times when I was walking down the hill and I kept falling. Literally, we were walking down the hill into the major part of the city, and we kept slipping and falling. Okay, this is gonna be a really weird analogy. When I was a kid, there was this animation, flash animation called the Mario, Super Mario Remastered, where it's this really violent retelling of where Mario and Luigi go in to kill Bowser with guns and whatever. It was it was the perfect dream for a child me or whatever. But there was a part in that animation where two Koopa soldiers are in Bowser's castle, and one of them slips and falls and gets crushed by this platform, and the other one goes, "Why is this place built so that things like that can happen?" Because he fell and he slipped and like fell to his death, and like the other guy couldn't do anything about it. Again, this is gonna sound really weird because that's just how I am. That's just how I am. Of like the weird analogies that I had, but that was the analogy that came to mind, and I kept thinking to myself, and like seeing all the people who kept falling down on the floor of this city, on the street. Why did the Greeks build this place so things like this can happen? Was this their intention? Did they think it was funny? If people are having trouble walking down the streets, then horses and oxen cannot walk down the streets. If you are riding a horse, if you're riding an oxen, you will fall down. If you're riding a donkey, you will fall. There are dogs who will slip and fall down these streets if humans cannot keep their balance. It's just like, why did they build it? Why did they build it this way? Why couldn't they have just like built it out of something else? The 100 marble pillars. Oh yeah, the Gate of Augustus. This was the Library of Celsius. It was really cool. I did enter the structure. I passed through those pillars. There was a lot of foot traffic through here. I visited the Library of Celsius. Mostly built by his son Gaius Julius Aquila, an ancient Greek who served as a governor of Roman Asia and the Greek Empire. Yeah, I think I did go inside his library. Apparently this was his tomb and mausoleum, and his son converted it into a library because he was also a major scholar. Mostly built by his son, and once held nearly 12,000 scrolls. This design with an exaggerated entrance so it enhances its perceived size. We did go inside, and here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Library of Celsius. Oh, excuse me. You go in, it's not very, despite being a very tall entrance, I guess, it's not very big. Maybe we're just looking for more elements to excavate. But it is incredible how, even back then, they had a very urbanized city. This was an urban center of all places. This was a serious urban center way back when. Way back then, during the 1st century AD, this was a major urban center. It's a small town compared to towns that we have in real life. I'm not in real life. Why did I say that? This is real life. In the modern day, it's very small compared to towns that we have in the modern day. My ear is hurting. I think that's why I'm losing intelligence. But this was claimed by both Turkish and German archaeologists, who were the major ones to excavate the site. Of Kusadasi, Library of Celsius. Facade of the Library of Celsius at sunset. Ooh, they have I guess they hosted weddings here. I didn't know they were able to do that. The interior and contents of the library were destroyed by fire in 262 AD, although it was unknown whether this fire was a result of natural disaster or a Gothic invasion. So, unfortunately, it's like the Library of Alexandria, where this used to be a library, and then there was nothing left. So, well, it is what it is. There were 2 agoras, one for commercial, one for state business. Yeah, this place is massive. I'm telling you, this place is massive. I know it seems small from an overhead perspective, but as a city for its time, it was it was very big. Ephesus is it's a fascinating story, fascinating city. But over time, after the fall of the Byzantine Empire, it never really recovered. Even when it was conquered by the Turks, it's evident that nothing was really built there after the Turkish conquered it. But yeah, that's what we got. The Crusaders, the Second Crusade fought the Seljuks just outside the city. However, the Byzantines lost control of the region by 1308. Ephesus was completely abandoned by the 15th century, so that's why, yeah. So that's Ephesus. And the other stuff, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get photos. But here's the other stuff that that the Turks, the Turkish tour guide did show us around. I guess he was paid by the Turkish government to do this, because I didn't know if it was part of the tour or not. We had lunch, like Turkish meat and all that. I think it was beef. No, I had roasted, oven roasted chicken, which was pretty good. Oven roasted chicken with bread and olive oil, which was nice. I think there were also some kind of dessert that we had, it was alright. It was nice. Sat around a table while they played music and all that. That was nice. Later on, he one of the odder places was the tour guide took us to a literal rug weaving factory. Hold on, guys, I might have to pause stream. Hold on. Please bear with me, that's the fire alarm. Oh, hold on. Okay, so that was the fire alarm going off in real life. I am very sorry about that. It is yeah, so thankfully that's over. I don't know why it went off, but it's over now. Oh, hold on. Oh, my chat is broken. Hold on. No, never mind, it is. But, yeah, so we went to a rug factory. That's not a joke. We went to a rug factory. And, it was a, it was for carpets. It was for, luxury, Turkish carpets. That, and it was really fascinating because they built this, apparently it's all, female workers. It's a mix of male and female workers, but the artists and, the weavers are all female. They showed us, how they made silk. They showed us the route of the Silk Road, that they used, sheep's wool and, goat wool to do that. I asked about how they could I think they also had mohair or camel hair rugs as well, and it is genuinely impressive. One of the fun things is that they said no pictures. They said they told us no pictures because they didn't want us revealing trade secrets. I did take pictures anyway. I'm not gonna, out of respect for them, I'm not gonna show them. But they did literally show us around. And the thing is about Turkish stereotypes is that again, I don't want to be racist or whatever, but you guys are aware of the Turkish stereotype, right? I want to gauge how my audience thinks. Y'all are aware. What do you think of the Turkish people and their culture and how they act towards foreigners? How do you what do you think? What do you think? I want to gauge from you guys. What do you associate with the Turks? With the Turkish people? Oh, can y'all hear me? Okay, so Do we have any takers? But anyways, I'm gonna keep talking about the rug weaving place. It is like you say, like you think of it as a joke, but it is genuinely really impressive because they put in a lot of work. They put in so much work in order to hold on, let me increase my cheap shotguns. Yes, they do make cheap shotguns. They do make cheap Walthers. They make cheap pistols, cheap shotguns that look like AR-15s. What else? Like, why do you think they sell their weapons for so cheap? Why do you think they sell all their weapons for so cheap? Why do you think they build their weapons the way they do? Fulnotic Doge, thank you. Why do you think they build all their weapons and their products so cheap? Okay. Yes, this is a bit of a stereotype. The Turkish are if you are a foreigner, especially a perceived wealthy foreigner, such as a European or an American or Asian even, because I think like they do this with like Chinese and Japanese tourists as well. They're obsessed with selling you things. There is a reason why the Turkish bazaar or like the Turkish merchant is an entire stereotype, because it exists. The stereotype is real. Like a thick coffee, watermelon merchants, big mustaches. It wasn't watermelons, but they will sell you everything. You go into a place, they will take you on tours for the specific purpose of trying to sell you things. Right outside of the exit area of the archaeological site of Ephesus, there was a nice restaurant. There's a restaurant where there were several luxury shops and tourism guides where they were selling Greek and Turkish products. The big mustaches thing, I couldn't really some of them do, some of them don't. Most of them are they're Muslim, so a lot of them have facial hair, but not all of them have not many of them have big beards or big mustaches. But they are an extremely mercantile people. They are very, very aggressive in selling you things. It is if we walk into a store and immediately they will immediately start presenting you with everything. Discount. I will give you my very best price, sir. I will give you my very best price, my dear madam. We have the best price. We have the best gold. We have the best jewels. Do you want a watch? We have watches. Do you want jewelry? We have jewelry. It's not a joke. It is not the stereotype is true. The Turkish stereotype, they are rich because they are very good at selling you things. They will annoy you. There isn't even haggling involved. As long as they can, even if they haggle and reduce their prices, the point is that they make the sale. They're there to sell to you. That is why they sell their guns so cheap. That is why they sell their everything so cheap. Thick coffee, that's why they sell their coffee so cheap, because a Turk will see anything, even their own religion, and they will see it as an opportunity to make money. It is wild, man. It is crazy how good one thinks that they have a training school for that kind of thing, to be a Turkish merchant, because it is, or a Turkish shopkeeper, because they will sell you they will sell you their dignity, and they will make a profit off of it, and they will be, and you will have paid more than you should have for that dignity. It is wild. But going back to the tapestry thing, because they make rugs, they make carpets, and they make tapestries. It is, the quality of the stuff is genuinely wild. Apparently silk is their most expensive material. I was more interested in it because I've been getting into men's fashion. I'm a bit vain. I'm getting into men's fashion. I kept asking them about materials. How does I'm interested in your rugs, but I want to know how that material, if it's goat wool, if it's sheep wool, if it's camel hair, how does that work for coats, and coats, suit jackets, that kind of thing. I was wondering if they made stuff like that. They didn't, but that's fine, because in the rug factory, they genuinely were making a lot of works of art. There was a point where literally they put us in this room. They handed us all these glasses of apple cider. It was non-alcoholic, of course, because it's a Muslim country. But they went up to all the tourists in our tour group. I guess either the Turkish because it's a state in the factory, the rug factory was it was partially state owned. I guess they must be sponsoring the tour or whatever, because they had a bunch of workers come in and roll out rugs, and they told you, take off your shoes, don't be afraid to get your feet dirty, and walk on the rugs, because you will want to buy these rugs. Buy our rugs now. And I'm my mother is looking at our tour guides and the people there who are supervising. Unlike the guys in the shops, the guys at the rug factory are very classy. They're very gentlemanly. They're talking to they act despite them running this lower class factory, they talk very upper class. They talk very a little bit prissy, a little bit pretentious, but they are very calm. They are very classy about it. And so they're classier in the way that they present themselves. And that style of talking is very effective, a very effective way to sell something to someone, because they talked one of I think my mom almost talked my mom into something, into buying some stuff and some tapestries and rugs that were out of our budget, and they successfully talked at least one or two American tourists in our tour group into buying something that was out of their budget as well. It's they are very good. They are very good at selling things to you. They are very, very frighteningly good at selling things to you. It is funny, man. But even though I am kind of mocking them there, they the work that they were doing in the rug factory was genuinely impressive, and I do admire their work, because I couldn't imagine that. It's a lot higher effort than painting, because tapestries and rugs have to be done very with meticulous detail. There is an insane level of detail that has to be done to make a tapestry. And even though I prefer paintings to tapestries, the work that goes into tapestries is insane. So we did that, and then after that we drove back to the port. And wouldn't you know it, right before the security section of the port, what was there? It was a bazaar. It was a merchant shop. Of course it was. I wanted to try Turkish ice cream. I saw my dad and I camped we were waiting at this ice cream stall. Here's the thing about the it was in Kusadasi. It was in it was in Kusadasi. Oh, by the way, before we end the discussion on Ephesus, the whole site, before it was Christianized and brought under the churches of St. Paul, St. Mary, and St. John. Before that, it was under the Temple of Artemis. That was their patron goddess. Athena is the patron goddess of Athens. Ephesus was the Ephesus was under the patron god under the patronage of Artemis, or known as Diana. If you know Wonder Woman, you know she's often stereotyped as the continuation of Artemis or Diana, the bow and arrow, the sword and the shield, and the virgin female warrior. That's Artemis, and that used to be the temple until, well, there's nothing really left here. You see in the distance is the Basilica of St. John, and then in the distance, I think that was a Crusaders' castle that was taken over by the Ottomans. But yeah, there's nothing I did visit the site in real life. I didn't go down and walk, but I viewed it from the parking lot. There isn't really anything there. It's there's columns and a foundation left, but nothing. There's no walls or anything. That's the Temple of Artemis, the Library of Celsius, Athens. Where's that? Dondurma, that's the name, Dondurma. This is like, here's the thing about like about the Turkish ice cream guy. They will one, if you're outside, they will very aggressively try to sell you stuff. They will very this might have been my cruise ship. I don't know when that was taken, but here's the thing with the with Turkish ice cream, like with the Turkish ice cream man specifically. If you've seen the videos, if you've seen the videos of them like doing a thing, where they're going like that. Like first off, like Turkish ice cream. I think first off, it's very gelatinous. It's very mastic ice cream. It's like it's got resin. They blend it with tree gum, so it's very they blend it with there's more sugar. Like I think they built it with like a tree sap. They blend it with tree sap and resin, so it's very gelatinous, almost jelly or jello-like, but it's very thick. It's very thick. It's an extremely thick ice cream. It's still cold. Don't get me wrong. It's still cold, but it retains it's not creamy. It's less creamy than Western. It's not as fruity as gelato. It's not as creamy as American ice cream. But there's less cream. But it is cold. It is very cold, and it retains heat a lot better. It retains it repels heat a lot better, and it retains the cold a lot better because of that tree sap. It's still cold when you eat it. But it is very thick. Is it quite to my taste? Not really. I got it with I got a pistachio ice cream with pistachios, and so did my dad, because I like mint ice cream. I like a lot of different flavors of ice cream, but I feel like since we were in Turkey, I think pistachio best fit it. The thing is, the funny part is I did interact with the Turkish ice cream man, but it was because they did get the show because of but because it's extra sticky and extra gelatinous. He can do the tricks where he can steal your ice cream and put it in cups and whatever. Of these guys, all of the Turkish ice cream men speak very fluent English, I guess because they're famous for that. Magic tricks and practical jokes. We were talking to a Chinese, all in front of us was this big gaggle of older middle-aged Chinese tourists, probably in their 50s and 60s. They're all Chinese, and this guy, this group of women, and this older Chinese guy, they were getting ganked by this Turkish ice cream man. This older kind of fat, little bit hairy ice cream man, where he's ooh, he's doing all the stuff. It was fun to watch. I was prepared to do combat with this guy. I was prepared to do trickery combat with him. I was prepared, man. I was ready. I was I was ready to fuck with him. Because he was ready to fuck with me. But to my surprise, he couldn't. Here's the thing: if you don't want any tricks from the ice cream man, order it in a paper cup, because he can't, because it's like his kryptonite. He cannot do tricks. He is powerless against the paper cup. He cannot do he can only do it with waffle cones or sugar cones. If you order your ice cream in a cup, he cannot take it away from you. He cannot do his tricks. He will just put his ice cream in you. He won't do that. He won't put his ice cream in you, but he will put it in the cup. He will put it in the cup. Well, yeah, he will, it nullifies his power. So we were eating, my dad and I were eating this ice cream, and, the other thing, hold on, the other sweet that we tried, the phyllo pastry. It's common. Yeah, baklava. I'm trying to remember the taste of it because, here's the thing. Like, we lose, like, after we get our ice cream, we lose, like, my dad and I lose my mom for several minutes. We don't know where she is. It turns out she's in this candy shop, and you know what, and wouldn't you know it, she's not buying candy. Well, she is buying candy. We did buy, like, pastries and stuff from here, but she isn't buying candy. You know what she's doing? She's in the back. The owner is attempting to sell her a lamp. I shit you not. The owner of the store and several of his, like, female workers are trying to sell my mom this, like, jeweled lamp. And there are, like, jeweled chandeliers that he's showing off to her, like I have a discount, like 1,500 euros, and I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like they will, like, that's like the funny part of stores like these. Like, yes, on the surface it's a candy shop. In reality, the owner will sell you literally anything in his store. He will hang up pieces of art, and he will sell them, and he will attempt to sell them to you. You will admire the piece of art, and the owner will go up to you and say, "Do you want it? It's yours." It's like, it is insane. What the Turkish merchants will do. It is insane, like, the lengths that they are willing to go to make a sale. You will expect, everything is for sale. When you go into the store, you can ask for a window pane, you can ask for a door, and they will sell you the door. If they meant it could, and that's why Turkey is, I guess, a wealthy country. Why it's wealthier than even Greece and Spain, because Greece, Spain, and Malta have the dignity, like, they're poor because they won't sell their dignity to you. In Turkey, their dignity comes from making the sale, and it is just, like, wild to me how, like, you don't get this very often, like, this very, very, us Americans think of ourselves as capitalist, but we're, like, a dignified kind of, like, entrepreneur, like, pull yourself up by your bootstraps capitalist. Turkey is, like, a very aggressive stereotype of a specific kind of foreign capitalism that is very, it is the lengths that they will go to sell you a thing knows no bounds. It is genuinely impressive, the lengths that they will go to sell you something. I go into a candy store, and the owner is attempting to sell my mother a lamp with, like, mosaic jewels on it. He's trying to sell her stained glass windows. I'm like, I don't think, where do you come up with these things? Oh man, like, there's, like, mugs and, like, a gift shop there. They're selling lamps and chandeliers out of a gift shop. How do you do that? It's just wild to me, man. What are you doing? It's all under the same business. You're selling candy, and you're selling pastries, and you're selling ice cream, and you're also selling chandeliers and lamps and mosaics and, like, paintings. It's just like, how, it is not, like, the truth is stereotypes very often are very often based on reality. They just are. And you go to Turkey, and you go to Turkey, and, like, the stereotype is real, and they will make fun of you for and here's the thing, if you refuse their sale, they will make fun of you. They say, "Oh man, you breaking my heart, man. Why you gotta do this to me?" They guilt trip you, and they make fun of you. It's like, this stupid foreigner, he doesn't know what he, like, and this is what a good deal he's getting, and they make you feel bad, and they're very good at getting that sale. It's like the probably their religion, like, the only thing that they won't sell you is, like, anything against the religion. But even so, even, like, the secular Turks will probably sell you a cut of pork if it means they got money. It's just like, it's wild, man. I guess that's why Turkey, like, and the thing is, for all my mockery of them, Turkey is genuinely a wealthy country. You go down and you see like a lot. Again, it's not as developed as America, but a lot of their buildings and infrastructure are basically to American quality, which is just wild to me. Like, I guess maybe Kusadasi is just a very wealthy city, but like Kusadasi, because that's the place that we docked. Maybe it's just a very wealthy city, but it just is. It is a very well developed city. There's no like skyscrapers or metropolitan area or anything, but like all the buildings are very well furnished, and like you see luxury cars, you see like Lamborghinis and Porsches and like hotels and stuff, and it's wild. Anyways, about going back to food, about baklava. I think my parents actually preferred the Turkish baklava. This is the authentic baklava because like the Turks did invent it. But when I went to Greece, I did prefer their baklava over that one because it was sweeter. Well, here's the thing. A lot of baklava we get in America, it's made by people who aren't really trained for it. It's made by a lot of people who aren't really trained for it, so it's made by people, so you get it, it's alright, but it's at a lower quality. You get it from an authentic country, it's Turkey. Turkey for the authentic one, it's not very sweet. There's a big focus on the pistachio. I preferred the Greek, maybe this is just me preferring Greece, but I preferred the Greek one because it's a little bit sweeter. It's not as authentic, but it's a bit sweeter. But my parents preferred the Turkish baklava because I think it's more intense on the flavor. Unfortunately, my taste for it my memory of the taste for it has faded. I'm trying to compare the two, but I can't remember entirely which is which. But I think Turkey was the bitter one, the more bitter and simple one, and the Greek one was the more syrupy and sugary one. I prefer the Greek one, to be honest. But yeah, that was my one time in Turkey, and dondurma and baklava, and that's Kusadasi. Athens, admittedly, besides the two favorite places that I visited were Malta. Malta was my favorite of the trip. The days at sea, but Athens was just here's the thing. I want to know, I'm asking about national stereotypes. Okay, to you guys, what is your stereotype of, I want to know, what is your what is your stereotype of Athens? I want to know that from y'all. What are your stereotypes of What are your stereotypes of Greece? Of Greece specifically. It could be ancient Greece, it could be modern Greece. What are your stereotypes of Greece? What do you associate with Greece? I want to know from you guys. Dantioch, Yike, big Yike kind of dicks out, if I'm honest. Well, here's the thing. Yike, when it comes to Turkey, at least, yeah, they are a walking stereotype, but the ones at least, they respect you if you have money. The Turks online are kind of assholes, but if you meet them in person, they will try to sell you something. They will be nice to you, but they will try to sell you something. That's how it is. Spartans, first thing that comes to my mind is fish. I see. The Greeks and the Spartans. Well, specifically, we're talking about Athens, which is historically considered the liberal side of Greece, even though they weren't. Liberal is a strong term, especially because modern liberalism didn't exist until the Enlightenment. But this was considered the birthplace of democracy. But Athens was an economic powerhouse, and their political ideas were very, very different to our political ideas of democracy. But like it is what it is. But the Yike imagines the Spartans. First thing that comes to mind is fish. What do you think? Dantiok, what do you think of the Greeks? When the first thing that comes to mind when you think of the Greeks, what do you think of them? Fish. Here, they did have very good fish. For what it's worth, I did have like when I had seafood twice in Greece. I had stuff with calamari. They have like the best calamari, man. It's like I think calamari is an Italian invention, but like fried octopus and fried squid is excellent. The Oh, by the way, it's not like a Greek thing, but when I was like on the cruise on the ship and I was eating with my parents, I decided to try raw anchovy for the first time. The taste was good. It was fishy, but it was good. But I'm never gonna eat it again, and that's for one specific reason. Here's the thing. I like eating fish, but the skeleton, I do not. I abhor. I despise fish bones. It is like I will only eat fillets. I will never eat fish whole. I am only eating butchered fish. I will never eat a fish whole because I tried eating like whole butchered anchovies all they did was descale it. So I tried eating some. Well, while I was on the cruise, I was on the ship, and again, I like the taste of the meat. It's not worth it. The bones get stuck in your teeth. They like cause your tongue to bleed, and it's just like I have OCD. I don't like picking things out of my teeth, but I have to do it because it's just I have to. Like it is. I do not like fish bones, and if you eat like raw, like if you eat whole fish, or if you eat even like if you eat whole fish. You will like raw anchovies. Again, it tastes good, but you will get bones, and I despise that. That's like, oh man, oh. I'm never eating that again. I'm never eating that again. It was. It's enough for one time. Very sun-kissed. Very like. Do you mean Are you referring to me or Greece? Are you referring to me or Greece, Dantiok? Like the very sun-kissed. It is very sun-kissed, by the way. It is very, very, very sun-kissed. But Athens, hold on. But here's the thing about the Greeks. They are, like, what, the first thing is, like, they are a very vain people. Even if they aren't, they are a funny people. First off, like the racial stereotype is that, oh, they're just Turks with X. Oh, they're just Italians with X. Here's the thing: Greece is its own thing. It is its own entire culture. You can compare it to Italy in some ways, specifically like southern Italy in some ways, because being Mediterranean cultures, they have similar elements. But at the end of the day, they are their own thing. They are and I think if I were to compare them to any specific ethnicity, first, culturally, they are their own thing. They are Greeks. They are independent. They are independent of any other culture. They are Greeks. Greeks only. But when it comes to I guess ethnicity, I guess I could the most I could compare them to are probably Russians and Eastern Europeans. I know Greeks are their own separate ethnicity. But to me, they feel Slavic. They feel a little bit Slavic in terms of appearance. But they're the Greeks. That's one of the things that comes to mind for me. Here's the thing: culturally, from an appearance, either they're a very funny people. Even the men, the women are all quite pretty. They're all pretty in their own way. They're all the women are all very pretty. The men, even I guess what you consider the ugly ones are funny looking. They have a charisma all to their own. Here's the thing: they're a very vain people. I guess maybe that's why us Cupids are very vain. They're a very vain people. They're a very like even like regardless of your appearance, they take very good care of themselves and their appearance. They're very vain. You see a guy like combing his hair in a shop window, and it's very funny. They're a very vain people, but here's the thing: they are also a very, very good-looking people. Like genuinely, a very good-looking people. Just like this random waitress in I saw this random waitress in a restaurant. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Random waitress in a restaurant where I was eating this. I was eating a gyro. I was eating an authentic Greek gyro, and the waitress that was serving us was insanely beautiful, like literal supermodel, like blonde hair, having brown eyes, very high cheekbones. She like had like as a result, like her teeth weren't so good, but it's so forgivable because it's cute. It makes her look really cute. But her cheekbones were so high on her face. It's like it gives her appearance of like. My parents were like talking behind their back. They were talking in Tagalog, but I was like I could understand them. They were thinking she looked like Emilia Clarke from like Game of Thrones, and the representation isn't so far off. The Greeks are a very. Did you meet with ladies on the trip? Unfortunately, no. I am too shy for that. I am too shy. I did not score. I did not score. Besides, I was traveling with my parents. That would have been quite awkward. But the Greeks are a very, very beautiful people. Physically, they're a very beautiful people. It is like just like you go to Italy, the most beautiful people that you'll see. Every country culturally is beautiful in their own way. But objectively speaking, the three countries that have had like the most beautiful women I've ever seen in Europe, at least, are Italy, France, and Greece. Those three. It's those three that have that are all the people there are very good looking people. They're also very vain. And here's the part that you will like, because I think that's all you think about or whatever. Yike. All the we only had one bad experience with a tour guide with a tour guide in Greece. Like that's because he couldn't really understand English. The thing is, they love Americans, man. They love Americans, even if it's just tourists. It was all guys. We only got male tour guides or whatever, but they were great people, man. They were absolute bros. If I am saying to be a bit fruity, they are good. They also were good looking guys, but they were absolute bros, man. All the tour guides, and they love Americans. They adore American tourists if you treat them right. Especially if you express an interest in their culture and all that, even just the taxi drivers, you can get in and it's hey, hey big man, hey boss, hey sir, where you going? Yeah, I get it, it's the service culture, but it's they're so friendly to talk to. Yes, they're a haughty, they're a proud, they're a stubborn and prideful people, but they are in fact very friendly to you. Two of our taxi drivers, two of them were three of them were one of them was a tour guide, three of them were random taxi drivers. All of them were just so cool with us. They asked us how we were doing, how we're I joked we were driving by Parliament, or we were driving by the Greek Parliament, and and he said oh, it's a cesspit, man. Your government is better than ours, and I'm it depends, man. It depends. It's they're so cool with us. They're so cool. Yeah, especially if you express an interest, if you're excited to be in Greece, the taxi, the Greek taxi drivers love you, man. They are some great people. They are absolute bros. Even one of them even told us about this restaurant recommendation near a hotel. Oh, and it turns out that apparently it was like a place visited by one of the presidents when he stayed. Unfortunately, it was Obama, but it was still like a place that was reputable enough to have like Obama or like a president stay there, or like stay there and eat there. And it was recommended to us by a random taxi driver who lived near a hotel and wanted to take us there. That is like that. Like they are great people, man. They are. Like the Maltese and the Greeks are the two, like they're the two, like probably besides me like loving their history and their architecture and their culture, it's just that the fact that they are some of the most friendly people you will ever meet. And they are like, it's just like if you want a positive comparison on American terms, it feels like the Deep South, man. It feels like the deep, like, of course they have their own culture, but it like all the South, the American South has this very hospitable culture. I guess like the good side of Mexico also has it as well, and like Hispanic and Latino sides, like a specific, the certain sides that have like are very welcoming to visitors. But you get this sort of very like sense of the sense of like, yeah, you're not one of them, but they treat you as their own. They don't treat you as their own. You're still a foreigner, but they'll still respect you for that, and they'll still treat like they're very interested in introducing foreigners to their culture because they think it's something to be preserved, and they think it's something to fight for, and I think that's something beautiful. Like especially if you have like an academic or like autistic interest in their culture. They will show you around, show you the best places. If you're just there to look like to sit like yes, I am vain. I was there to like go to luxury hotels and eat like good food and all that. But like if you take a serious interest in their culture and like admire their country for what it is, they will take care of you. And it's the same for the South. It's the same for it's the same for the American South. It's a lot of like the Deep South. It's the same for a lot of Latino cultures, and I think the Maltese and the Greeks have that in common with us, and it's great. And like even as a Filipino, like the culture is supposed to be welcoming, and we got that same kind of welcoming side from them with the Greeks, and they were great people. But yeah, like that's enough of me, like me gushing out about them. The Greeks are, about the Greeks. So, it's the iconic heart of the ancient world among cities such as Rome and Jerusalem, still the current capital of modern Greece, named after the Greek goddess Athena. It's named after Athena, considered the patron goddess of the city. It's also the most iconic city in Greece, of course. It was later a stronghold for the Romans and a center for the Byzantine Empire after the rise of Christianity. It was conquered many times by other powers, including Crusaders, the Venetians, the Turkish. I think that the Arabs had a brief period where they captured it. Chosen as the new Greek capital after the 1821 War of Independence, and placed under the rule of a German king, a German noble named King Otto, I think it was of Bavaria, hosted the modern Olympic Games in 1898. It was occupied by Nazi Germany in World War II, and it was liberated afterwards. It was currently Greece's wealthiest and most populous city, serving as both political capital and economic center, and archaeology and academia are still major focuses. Here's the negative side of Athens. Here's the thing. Here's the negative side of all this. I can rave on rant about how good and how pretty the Greeks are. Here's the unfortunate part about Athens. Greece is evidently not a very wealthy city. They aren't taking very good care of their infrastructure. It's not very good, and a lot of their money is going somewhere else. It's pretty clear. A lot of their money is going somewhere else. The taxes are really high, and even though the residents will say, "Oh, it's good that our government pays for our college and pays for our healthcare," because college in Greece is free. College in Greece is free, so they have a lot of international students. And so education is free, and so is healthcare. But the thing is their healthcare system is kind of overstressed as a result of it being free. There are thankfully private hospitals that you can pay for. The taxes are really high, and the infrastructure isn't great. The other part is the graffiti. of it is the graffiti. Like, there is like a graffiti problem, according to a lot of the according to our tour guides. The graffiti, like a lot of it is like, oh, we let them, like, a lot, like, yes, technically graffiti is illegal, but they won't arrest you for it. They'll just, like, let you go, and they'll paint over it eventually. There's a lot of graffiti in Athens, in the modern parts of Athens, and the issue is it's all like political slop. It's all like it's all political slop, like, from like edgy idiots who don't like understand. It's all political slop from people who don't understand it. It's not really artistry, like what, even like American graffiti, not the movie, but like the actual graffiti is like, can be quite artistic, but you see the Greek graffiti and they allow it, and it's not very good. But yeah, like, you can really tell, like there are negative sides to every country. It's not the greatest, but at least their private infrastructure, like, outside of luxury hotels, their private infrastructure isn't very good, especially for the lower classes, and they're not taking very good care of it. But it is what it is. But so one thing I will compliment them on is that they know how to build a government building. Now, they know how to build public works. That's the same thing, like, what I will give to the Spanish, what I will give to the Maltese, and what I will give to the Greeks, is that they all really know how to do architecture. All of them have, like, these really amazing government buildings. Even their churches, the non-Orthodox churches, are we went to church in this Catholic cathedral, and it was really pretty. They still have, like, they held one in, like, jointly in Latin and in English, which was like a service in both in Latin and English, which was really cool. And they have this, like, Baroque churches. They have, like, even the ones that aren't Orthodox. You have like the government buildings, and it's like in this neoclassical style. You have, like, the universities and everything. They call that the Trinity of universities. They, like, I think what it's called, is it the Triada or the Trinity of universities? I think it's the of the universities and archaeological societies. These really pretty buildings. They know how to do buildings. Their museum is spectacular, and we're gonna go into that next. But first, I'm gonna show, like, unfortunately, I don't have photos of it yet. I did visit the Parthenon, and I did visit the Acropolis, and I did visit the Parthenon. So the Parthenon, where's that? So it's constructed entirely of marble on a mountain. It was commissioned by Athenian general Pericles. It was intended as a dual role to both serve as a defensive castle-like position to oversee and protect the city during a war and invasion, and also the Parthenon was built as a holy site to worship Athena. It was built in 432 BC as a victory monument over Persians in the Persian War. This came after the famous, like, the Peloponnesian War, with the one where the Athenians and the Spartans fought together. The Romans, after conquering Greece, expanded the site. Like, the Romans conquered Greece later on, and they expanded the site to include, because the Acropolis is built on a mountain. Where is that? It's built on a mountain. It's built on, well, it's really a hill, but it's built on a hill. And so the Romans, instead of adding to the structures here, they decided to build on the lower levels and expand there. They built an amphitheater below the main temples. After Christianization, the Parthenon was converted into a cathedral honoring Mary and the Saints, and it was later converted into a Muslim mosque by the invading Ottomans and Turks in the late 1400s. And here's the bad part. Here's the bad part about the Acropolis. There's a reason why it looks like this, and that's not because of the wind or the rain. The reconstruction of the Parthenon, yeah, it used to be bigger. The thing is, it wasn't due to natural causes. It wasn't due to, like, wind or rain or storms. It used to be a much larger structure. But here's the thing. While it was being, Athens was under the control of the Ottoman Empire, and eventually they decided to stop using it as a mosque, and they used it as a military base. Which is really its intended purpose, because it was a military base. The Turks used it as a gunpowder magazine. In 1687, they were using the Acropolis, the Parthenon, as a gunpowder magazine for like artillery shells and like musket, and like there were muskets, there were cannons, there was gunpowder, and a Venetian cannonball landed. The Venetians, like the Venetian Republic, was invading and trying to liberate Athens from the Turks. A Venetian cannonball from the ship, like I think it was either from one of their ships, like it could be, or no, I don't think it was. It was, I think, a Venetian cannonball from one of their ground artillery units landed in the Parthenon, in the gunpowder magazine that the Turks were using it as a military base for. Like it was either the Turks were using it as a military base, and the Parthenon was a gunpowder magazine. And the Venetians launched a cannonball, possibly by accident, maybe they weren't intending to do that, into the temple, and it blew up. And that is like a genuine tragedy, that a place like this, like, again, like, war is war, and sometimes you have to take, like, sometimes, like, even in World War II, they were shooting at each other from, like, medieval castles, but this is just, like, a real shame, because it was never built for this kind of warfare. Like, again, like, I think guns are cool, I think artillery and, like, stuff is cool, but ancient sites like these were never built for sieges and warfare. Even if, like, if the Romans had taken catapults and, like, blew it apart, they never did that, but that would have been a tragedy. But, like, the real tragedy is that, like, it blew up. Partial destruction, yeah. The Ottomans fortified the Acropolis and used the Parthenon as a magazine, despite being forewarned of the dangers of this use by the 1656 explosion that severely damaged the Propylaea, which was another Greek temple that for some reason the Turks decided to use as a gunpowder magazine. They did it again, and they were using it as a bomb shelter, and then they got bombed, and everyone inside of it blew up. A Venetian mortar round fired from the hill of Philippopos blew up the magazine. Great fucking job, everyone involved. You utter buffoons. What have you done? It's like, wow, how could you be this retarded? It's just like, great job, guys. After that, it was raided by the British explorer Thomas Bruce in 1801, who claimed most of the Parthenon statues for the British Museum, and most of the Parthenon statues are still in the British Museum. The Vatican held some of the Parthenons, like pagan Greek statues of all things, and also I think they're Christian statues. All of them were shipped back to Greece under Pope Francis. But the British Museum is still holding on to its to the Parthenon marbles, and like the British Museum is still holding it for a while. And there's a campaign in Greece to bring them back from the UK, from London. Most work since Greek independence has been to restoration and archaeology of the Parthenon, because this is basically like this is their symbol. This is the symbol of all Greece. Even like outlying areas like Crete, because this is like this is the symbol of the Hellenic Empire. The restoration, and it's still going on. I did see the the scaffolding was moved to the side, but there is ongoing like work inside. Somehow they got like a construction crane in there to rebuild the Parthenon, which is like, I guess that's funny. I wonder what Pericles would think of modern Greeks using like imported like great big machines to rebuild his temple. It's just like funny to me. But it is it is genuinely magnificent up there. Really pretty up there. A fun fact, another thing is like, besides my mother being afraid of heights, only my father and I went up there. Only my dad and I went up there. Decided to hike up there because it is quite a hike up the stairs. it is genuinely quite a hike up the stairs to the Acropolis, and so I did take a lot of pictures. Unfortunately, I'm not able to show them because, as I've said before, the importing photos have given me nothing but trouble recently. Despite my mom paying for a ticket, I don't think she could have made her way up there because she just wasn't built for it. Took a lot of pictures, and one of the things was there are two temples. There's the old temple, the main temple of the main temple of Athena, and I think a smaller structure that intended as a Greek lookout post, and there's smaller ones down the road under it. There's smaller ones down the road under it. So there was this funny moment when my dad and I were walking out of the Parthenon. There were all these signs telling you not to touch the marble. What do you think my dad did? That's right, he touched the marble. Now his handprint is on the ancient Athenian marble. It's there. But yeah, that's the Acropolis. That's the Acropolis. Cultural significance, all the Great Panacea. So we saw a lot of the all the other sites in Athens that we saw was the Areopagus Hill. I'm trying to find the Arch of Hadrian. We went up this hill. Trying to find the hill that we went up of. Was it this one? Diomedes Botanical Garden, University General Hospital, the Greek Parliament building, because it wasn't far from there. I think it was the National Garden, the stadium. I'm trying to find the hill that we went up. Scenic spot. University of Athens. Yeah, this is like the we went up. Hold on. Yeah, the Athens Clinic. I'm trying to find the hill that we went up, but it's this big hill that was even taller than the Acropolis, and there was a Greek church. There was a Greek Orthodox church on top of it, but we didn't go to that. We went to the top of the hill, but we decided not to because it was 104 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and our guide knew, so we didn't stay very long. But it was we got some of the best views of the city from up there. We passed by the Greek Parliament, and we saw the changing of the guard. It's like our Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Some of the things, some of the interesting things about the because they're dressed like the Greek revolutionaries, the Greek soldiers, and so some of the underrated parts of Greek history is, besides the ancient history, is the modern day post-independence independence history under the Ottomans, and their Greek Orthodox history, and the Greek Revolution against the Turks. And the soldiers that they were that were patrolling outside of Parliament were dressed to look like that. They were dressed to look like the Greek revolutionaries, but they carried modern guns. Well, modern in the sense of 1941. They had M1 Garands because we gave them a lot of M1 Garands after the war. I could see a lot of Greek military guys with HKG3, so that was interesting. But going back to
Greek people are not.
Oh, hold on. Most work since then, and then the National Archaeological Museum. Unfortunately, this is the one that pains me because, again, I did go inside and look because if you saw my Rome slides, then you know that I'm a big lover of the ancient statues and Greek sculpture and all that. but no, unfortunately, I wasn't able to unfortunately I wasn't able to see all of it, but like all this stuff that you're looking for, the ancient Greek statues, is here, and it's a truly impressive collection. It's genuinely beautiful, the stuff that even the ancients were like able to pull off, and we stopped doing this until the Renaissance. The selected collections, the sculptures collection, yeah, there's like I did see some of these. I did see this. There's me fighting off that damn satyr. There's me. Oh, there's one of me, I guess our original Cupid, fighting off a satyr. Again, it's a shame because like I do wish we could I could have shared you the authentic statues from that era, like the authentic statues from there. It is such a damn shame. National Archaeological Museum, one of my favorite parts of this tour, is just looking at everything. Like even the pre-ancient, even the pre-classical Greece stuff. There's just long history of like all these swords and spears that came out of it. One of the cool things was the spears from the Battle of Thermopylae. Again, like literally the 300 Spartans and versus the Persians. It was like fragments of Persian and Spartan spears and arrows and swords, which was spectacular to see. Again, if you're going to Athens, please go. Like if you're going to Greece at all, please visit here. If you're into history, and you're going to learn a lot. It's very educational, very interesting. I didn't go to the Egyptian section because we didn't really have time for that. But I did go to the we did go to the prehistorical one, the prehistoric collection with like the Bronze Age, and the sculptures one, and the vase collection as well. And one of the coolest parts, I hope Kilroy is in here, because I got to see the Antikythera mechanism. Here's the thing. Here's the problem. This has been kind of tarnished in recent pop culture because of the last and thankfully non-canon Indiana Jones movie, which thinks that this is, it's a time travel device. No, it's not. This is basically an almanac. This is a mechanical almanac used to predict solar eclipses. This is the first ever analog computer. I did get a few photos of these, but unfortunately, like both, I'm having trouble uploading it to slides, and my reflection might be in it. So I don't know. I don't know if like it's safe to post it, but I did get an up close look at it, and it is dreadfully interesting. The real pop culture connection is that this was partially featured, if you know the mask from the mask, Damien's mask from 007 First Light. It's partially based off like the gold mask here and the Greek statue masks here, as well as the idea of Thea and Hyperion from 007 First Light is also inspired by the in-universe, Sir Webb, with the villain of the story, was inspired by the Antikythera mechanism, and getting a chance to see this like legendary thing up close. This is literally like the first known analog computer, the oldest known example. This is the earliest calculator. Although it's so cool, man. Getting an opportunity to see this up close, and it's insane that it's genuinely insane, like the level of technology that they had back then to be able to carve all of this from carve all of this from bronze to a certain quality that would be that was unmatched until the Industrial Revolution, until maybe gunpowder wheel locks and early clocks. This was okay. It is a stretch to say that it's modern quality, but for a while, stuff like this was lost to time. It's only until the early Industrial Revolution and it's only until the Age of Sail, and the invention of early fire, like the closest things that I can compare to this were like early industrial clocks in like the 16 and 1700s, and maybe firearms from like the 15 and 1600s, and like gun locks. Besides that, like all of this, it's like only until the Renaissance were we able to recreate stuff like this, and it's like the proposed gear scheme's accuracy. Investigations by Freeth and Jones reveal their simulated mechanism is inaccurate. The Mars predictor is up to 38 degrees wrong, but in short, okay, maybe I was overestimating it because it's like the computer generated model. Here's like the whole idea is like insane, and the things that they were trying to do, the gears and everything. Look, I couldn't put those together, but like here's the thing: even if it was very primitive for its time, admittedly it's a very primitive computer. I could not put this together. All these gears and knobs and everything, I could not put that together. But a hypothetical reconstruction of the Antikythera theory, yeah. Like apparently it wasn't very good at its job, but it's still impressive for its time. It's like very, like incredibly impressive for its time. But yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can, if I can pull something from my collection. Because like I'm not able to show you all the pictures, but I want to show you stuff from the art gallery because it is so beautiful. All the art and the stuff that I was able to take pictures of. Again, this is very spotty at the moment. Here's okay, hold on. Hold on. Camera imports. Where is that? Okay. Apparently not. Apparently I can't. I guess we could take a virtual tour and like I could show you around. If I can take you on a virtual tour, okay, select room, okay. Okay, here, I will take you through some of the stuff I did see, because I want to share this with, like, this will be, like, my last stuff of the night, but I am very excited to share this with you, because it is, again, it's so, like I did go here in real life. Again, see, these were some of the swords that I saw, like all these original Greek long swords that I was able to see in real life. I did get some photos of these. I think that's a scimitar, but I will be able to take you through here. Okay, thankfully I do have a virtual tour that I'm able to go through. I did go through this area, all these gold prints, with all these gold from the prehistory, from the Minoans. This is supposed to be from the Minoans, and unfortunately, it doesn't let you go everywhere. But like a lot of these are bronze swords from the Bronze Age, and then but the place that I am like most excited to take y'all to. Hold on. There's some more swords from the Bronze Age. I am like kind of skimming through, but this is like this is the museum, like the parts of the museum I was able to go through. There we go, and it's this area that gets like really majestic. I was like, again, unfortunately, I wasn't able to take like to share my real life photos with you, but this is the best I can do. There's like this one was a sculpture, like a bronze sculpture of a horse and rider, of a horse and a jockey. And these are some of my favorites. Hold on, where's the because a lot of statues of harpies and such. Hold on, I'm trying to find the my favorite ones are like they always end up being Apollo, Aphrodite, and of course, literally me, Cupid. But they have like a lot of the stuff here. All of these were these are from my recollection. These are all gravestones. These were all gravestones from that period. A lot of reliefs and like carvings of like marble of the these were all intended for like to mark Greek headstones and like grave sites. These were major statues. These were major statues. Some of them, I'm trying to find some of the good ones to show y'all. These were were these funerary urns? I think so. These are more funerary objects. I don't think I remember this part. Oh, hold on. This is this is where I visited the Antikythera mechanism. Here it is. Here it is. No, that's not it. That's not quite. There it is. There it is. This is the Antikythera mechanism. I was in front of this. I took some good photos here. These were bronze sculptures of they're of me. They're of me. They're bronze sculptures of me. Well, technically not me. They're my predecessor. Of the original Cupid, infant Eros. Yeah, of Eros, the original Cupid. All of those. We got those. The bronze vases. I'm thankful that this virtual tour exists because I was having trouble uploading my photos, and I really wish I could have shown all of this to you because the statues are just so striking as works of art. Yeah, bronze statue of Zeus or Poseidon. I think I took a few pictures of those. Something that's really interesting that you'll know is a lot of the a lot of their eyes are blank. A lot of the statues' eyes are blank. Like either they don't show their pupils or they do show it through holes. A bronze statue of Poseidon. That's right. I'm trying to find the big galleries of. The big galleries of Aphrodite and of Aphrodite and Eros and all that, because again that's the one that pertains the most to me. I think that's marble statue of Koros. There were some really striking, like a lot of these are in the same pose. Because I'm having some trouble loading my own photos for this. But this was a major highlight of the trip of me visiting, because I was very thankful to have gone here in real life. Okay, I don't remember all of it. I don't remember. I think that like this is from a different section. I don't remember here, admittedly. I don't remember here. I'm trying to find the place with I'm trying to find the area with all the larger statues. Hey, have you guys ever played the Doom Gallery, where it's just like it's just a Doom level where Doom guy just goes around looking at paintings and such. It's kind of like functioning as like a virtual museum tour. It's like as a Doom level, it is very funny, but it is also really cool. There we go. We're back to the funerary area. Oh yeah, I do remember that door. There's the main hall. Going back through here, I'm trying to find the this might be more like it. Yeah, I think this is more like it. When we went in here, all the masks. I remember there were theatrical masks carved out of marble here, which was also really interesting. That's a harpy. That's a statue of a harpy. More funerary urns, I think. Oh yeah, the statue of a lion. More of these. Yes, I remember this room. I think these were also funerary urns. Here we are. Yeah, the youth from Antikythera. I think that's an athlete, a statue of an athlete. Yes, it was. That's a statue of a Greek soldier. A lot of military ones as well, of like cavalry and infantry charging into each other. Yeah, you'll note that the faces are blank. You'll note that the faces don't have pupils, and the ones that do look really creepy, but in an incredibly interesting way. Here it is. Yes, bronze portrait of a boxer. This is what I wanted to show y'all. This is the one I wanted to show y'all. Oh no. But yeah, like you can see the I think you can't see his pupils, unfortunately. There. This is the one. Yeah, a bronze statue of a philosopher. Yeah, this one. You could really see you could see his pupils, and that's like a really interesting and odd thing for a statue like that. As you can see, most of these have blank pupils on their faces. It could have been in more detail, but I'm not sure. I'm not an archaeologist, unfortunately. Oh yeah, these are the theatrical masks. That's what I remember. Excuse me. They were back there. And you have these like really intense looking theatrical masks, like from the Greek theater and Greek plays, the Hellenistic sculpture. This one is of oh yeah, that's Poseidon as well. There's the horse and rider. Is that of something like? Is that of me? Is that of Eros? No. Oh, that's another good one that I feel like I didn't take enough pictures of. I think that's of another athlete, or it could have been from a soldier. Oh yeah, this is from the early Roman era. A lot of these are of like Roman sculptures. A lot of these are of Roman emperors and such. I've heard of that Doom mod. Oh yeah, it's fun. well, here's your I guess our TNA. It's the statue of a sleeping maiden. I did take, of course, you know me. Yes, I did in fact take many pictures of this. This Bacleo. This Bacleo. I did in fact take quite a few pictures of this in particular, as you can probably expect from me. I think that's a coffin or a sarcophagus of a noble. Some more busts, some more looks here. Are we in the main hall again? Oh. Yes, no, we went too far. I'm trying to find, let me go through my camera roll again, because my phone's still plugged in. The Birth of Monumental Sculpture, that's right. I don't know why I can't go through there. Oh, hold on. Floor 1. There wasn't too much on floor 2, so the majority of it is on floor 1. Yeah, there's the horse and rider. There are those ones. Hold on. Trying to find the stuff that I took the actual photos of. That's from the Mycenian, I think, from the Mycenian exhibit. Do I remember this part? No. Oh yeah, the skeletons. I did visit this area for the vases on floor 2. Hold on, let's go back to floor 1. Have we already been here? Yeah, we have. Through here, and the painted the sculptures of lions. It is getting quite late, so I'll probably end off after I find something interesting. Oh no, I do have a couple videos to play through and give my take on them. I wonder what Pippa's doing, but she's probably live right now. But yeah, I think we'll end off on the statue. I think this is of Apollo, and we'll leave off on there. Actually, no. Here's we'll leave off on old Aphrodite here. We'll leave off on her, and then hold on. Besides the trip, hold on, let me pause here because I will be let me pause my BGM because I'll be playing the here it is.
Welcome back to Semi Homemade. I'm Sandra Lee, and it's cocktail time. I had to run out to the bar and get a couple things. I have 2 fabulous cocktails today. My first one is my Mykonos Martini. Put some ice into a pitcher.
For context.
Then it's equal parts of gin.
She is really pouring that stuff.
Dry vermouth.
It's just like, she really is an alcoholic.
This is all in the olive juice. Now I'm going to put a splash of this wonderful Kalamata olive juice in here. It's going to give it great flavor, and I'm also going to use some of these olives in the bottom of my martini glass.
Most of that is just alcoholic.
Give this a stir, and then into your martini glass.
Here's the thing, I did the ethanol education series, which is just like me learning about alcohol and drinks and stuff. I need to watch more Sandra Lee, but this is like I don't think I would drink this.
It goes.
I
That is
genuinely
a
don't think I would drink
beautiful
this.
and delicious martini. Now for my Santorini. Santorini is my favorite island, so I wanted to make a cocktail.
Of course it is. Here's the thing, like, and not to bash on Sandra Lee all that much, but again, one of our tour guides, one of our taxi drivers, I mean, like, we were talking to him about Santorini, and he said, like, again, it's an extremely beautiful island, but he said, like, as a Greek person, he goes there and he just says, yeah, you go there one, like, if you go to Santorini, if you go to the volcano, you go there once, and then that's it, and then, like, there's not much else. But I guess it's just like, I guess that's just her preference.
Cocktail that reminded me of that island, which I find very sweet. So this is the sweet cocktail. In here goes ice.
And here's the thing about olives, because the Mykonos one that she just made, that is a dirty martini. Here's the thing, ironically for me loving olives, I don't know how to feel about olive juice, especially not in my drink. I take after a school of thought where I think drinks should at least be semi-sweet, or like I would never drink something, like I rarely drink something salty. I would rarely ever drink something that's like savory or bitter. That's savory, because this one, like the olive juice and like the olive brine and stuff, I would not have that in a martini. I would have preferred like lemon zest or lemon peel.
And then you have equal parts of vanilla vodka.
I would do it with Ozo instead. Having explained the Ozo, where is that? The Ozo, this stuff that I was able to drink on Santorini itself. I was able to drink that. I would prefer that. But we know nice. Sandra Lee. It's not a Sandra Lee cocktail without vanilla vodka.
Nice and smooth, and equal parts. And then you have equal parts of vanilla vodka.
She is really pouring that in, by the way. That is a lot.
Which is nice and smooth, and equal parts of pear nectar.
Personally, I would have chosen something else. Maybe something orange flavored, I guess, like tangerine flavored, to go with the Ozo.
Then I'm going to put a half part of pear liqueur in here.
Why pear? I'm not sure. Maybe she just associates.
And a splash of champagne. A little bit.
All of this is wild. Like, again, I am a lightweight. I would not be able to take this. This would kill me. After having a Sandratini, I'm surprised she even remembers being on the island. Rooney, hold on. Holy shit, I was right. Yeah. Is this the one where she says cup of vodka and dumps the whole bottle? Yes, it is. This is like aggressive white woman. I think someone compared, yes, Dantioch, someone compared Rooney to Sandra Lee, and as much as like, I view Sandra Lee as like a comical figure, like she does this for like these comically like alcohol-laden cocktails for our entertainment. Like Rooney being Sandra Lee is just something. The image of Rooney being Sandra Lee is just too funny to me. yes, Dantioch, that is Rooney. But here's the thing: Rooney makes better cocktails, in my opinion. Sandra Lee her cocktails are too feminine. Like, even for me who likes sweet drinks and like drinks that people would consider like girly or effeminate, her drinks are aggressively white woman, and they don't have like, it's not my kind of drink. Second, even if they are, like, would taste good. Second off, like, I wouldn't be drinking her kinds of cocktails. I would be drinking something more traditionally shaken from like a traditional bartender. Second off, I am a lightweight, and her stuff is way too strong. Her stuff is heavy. I remember where I tried to make a cocktail for Rooney called like the seas. I tried to make a sex on the beach, and that is the last time I threw up. That is the only time I ever threw up from alcohol, and that was composed of like several parts of vodka. Like, I had to reduce the dosage of vodka and whiskey there because the doses that I took would have killed me. Like, I had to reduce the dosage there. So that was like that. Like, I love playing with alcohol. I love drinking, but I know it is not something to be trifled with. You don't play, you don't screw. You can play with this shit. You can't screw with it, because that is if you overestimate how much you can drink, that's genuinely dangerous. Again, I love to drink. I love the taste. I love the taste. I love liquor, but limit yourself. And usually, why even when I do drink, I limit myself to 2 drinks per day, because this stuff is potent.
Bit of a surprise.
Potent. And also, I wouldn't pair it with champagne, because champagne to me is something to be drank either on its own or with a fruit juice on its own. If you throw it in with vodka and pear liqueur and all that stuff, if you throw it in there, you're not able to savor the beauty of the single liquor. If you're throwing all this stuff together, all this shit together, you're not going to be able to taste all these layers individually, especially if you're mixing it all together.
Then give this a stir.
So no, I'm not a fan of the San Martini.
And into the glass it goes.
Why she does it with her finger, I don't know.
Now, I don't even garnish this because it's so beautiful and so delicious. You don't need a garnish. But
you know what I would do, actually? That's kind of... you know what? No. I was going to suggest, a Curacao Blue liqueur or, some kind of, blue dyed wine. But it's not really worth it, because either of those, you're not getting, you're missing the point if you're, getting it for the color. If you get it for the taste, then the martini, a martini like that made with ouzo and some kind of, I think it would be either with peach and with... I think it would be with peach and I would be doing with ouzo and lemon liqueur. Yeah, that's what it was. Ouzo and lemon liqueur. And otherwise, maybe some lemon juice or some lemon juice and a lemon garnish with it. No garnish. It would be completely clear. Ideally, it would be slightly yellow, but completely clear.
Speaking of beautiful and delicious, come with me and look at my tablescape.
I'm not looking at that. Here's the final one for the night. Here of Pippa colonizing Greece. Let's hear about Pippa's take on this, because I'm going to end off here. I am to investigate for Pakistan, of course. That's me. Here's the thing.
Greek people are not real, dude.
They are real, Pippa, and I love them.
Greek people are not fucking real.
Yes, they are.
The fuck even are Greek people? They're Greek people are either they're the statues, or they're a blend between Italians and Mexicans.
You know what? I'm abducting Pippa and we're going to Greece. Just so they are. It's one, that's my Oshi. That's my funny racist Oshi. 2, she's just wrong, because the Greeks are really aggressively their own culture, and even especially modern Greeks. But no, they are their own people.
And you're which one are you? And you don't know. They could go either way.
Here's the thing: are you getting a Slav-looking Greek or a Greek-looking Greek? Because both of them are beautiful in their own way. But I did the thing that on my mind is the Slavic-looking Greek. There's with the blonde hair and stuff. You get that.
You don't know if they're Italian or Mexican, but they're neither. They're Greek.
Shut up.
Why doesn't America
I like Greece because of fake grammar.
Make Greece a second Hawaii?
We have Crete. We have RC-135 rivet joints flying out of there. What we could do is we could expand our presence on Crete. We could station B-52 bombers, and B-2 Spirits there. So we could, no. Yeah, B-2 no, B-1 Lancers. B-1 Lancers, and if we bring back the F-14, a naval air station that can host F-14s, I don't know. We're not bringing back the F-14, but it's just like a pipe dream. We could build a naval base on Crete. But the thing is, Greece is already pretty friendly to America, so we wouldn't have much to gain.
We could buy out Greece.
The unfortunate thing is, yes, we could very easily buy the country of Greece because Greece isn't very wealthy. It's very poor.
And we could put some resorts.
They already have some. We could put some. They do need some more resorts. I will say that.
Along the water.
But it's very expensive to do that.
Like rich people.
Let's do it for me too. Like, here's the thing. I did. We stayed in a luxury hotel in Athens, but the main issue is that, like, the only, like, luxury part of it is that it's the hotel itself. It's a fancy hotel, but you're kind of in the middle of in the middle of nowhere. You're literally in the middle of like a random like rundown business area, and like we're right next to the highway as well. So we're not really we're not getting any scenic views or anything. We just have the hotel. All of it was like we could like a lot of the Hold on, where's the port that I came into? Yeah, Piraeus. Oh, the thing is, Piraeus is already crowded. It is like crowded to all hell. Yes, it would be nice to build more resorts. Ooh, we could build a waterfront right here and actually, hold on, no, that's there's too much things already here. There's too much things here. They're trying to build something interesting is that they're trying to build like a major skyscraper in like southern Athens, but it's still under construction. A lot of this, here's the fundamental problem with Greece, Spain, and basically the entirety of Europe, is that America has the advantage of space, and this is part of the reason why I still prefer to live in the United States, besides all the political reasons, like all the cultural and political reasons. I'm not really living in the United States. It's too beautiful. It's my country. But one of the concrete and like physical advantages of living in the United States is you have the advantage of space. You like even in a lot of our cities down here in Florida, you have space. You do not get space in Europe. It's not. We're running you run out of space instantly. There is nothing left. There is very little places to put buildings. A lot of the infrastructure is kind of shit. Everything is very cramped. The streets are very cramped. It's hard to navigate. It's hard to drive. There is again, I am thankful that we have taxi drivers, because you are not able, even if you're from another part of Europe, if you're from France or Germany or even Italy, you are not going to be able to drive in Greece, especially in Athens. The place is just too screwed up, as you cannot find your way around anywhere.
And then for the houses along the water, we can renovate those and turn them.
We do need to renovate a lot of we could buy out and renovate a lot of the inner city buildings in Athens and tear down all the graffiti laden shit and all that. But that's not going to be on the water. That's not going to be on the water. That's going to be inland. That's going to be inland. So, a fun fact: I do have a photo of our tour guide did show us. We didn't go to it, but our tour guide did show us the U.S. Embassy in Athens, and it is this really majestic building, and but we saw it from a hill. We saw it from one of the Acropolises, or from one of the Acropoli, so to speak. One of the Acropoli. We looked down from the hill. We saw the U.S. Embassy, and it is one of the biggest buildings in the area. The rest is pretty small, because they knew us Americans, we needed space.
Them into Airbnbs.
Well, if we're gonna do that, we need the problem is doing it. We're gonna be doing it in the inner city
For the upper middle class. And then we'll find some nice land.
What cars did you use on your trip? Here's the thing, Yike. You're gonna throw a fit at me for this one. In Malta, it was a Chinese car. In Malta, it was a Chinese car. That's what it was. Hi Clanker. Hi Mr. Clanker. You came in near the end, but you're gonna hear a lot of my thoughts. Yeah, please stay for the VOD because I do think you're gonna like a lot of this VOD. What cars did you use for this trip? It was a Chinese electric car in Malta. Our private we hired a private driver, and it was a small car. It was this little hatchback, but it was a Chinese electric car. Sorry, it's what it is. But in Greece, in Spain, it was a tour bus. In Athens, same in Athens, it was a tour bus. In Turkey, it was also, I think, a Mercedes tour van. It was a Mercedes van, but we had it all to ourselves. In Greece, a lot of the taxis were either Skodas, these Czech cars, or Mercedes Benz. We got it. Like one of our taxis was a Mercedes Benz station wagon, which was really cool. But I think, as well as in Spain, I think it was a Renault. No, in Spain it was Toyota. In Spain it was Toyotas. It was a Toyota Prius. Was it good? Was it bad? It was mid. It was aggressively mid. The air conditioning worked. I would have preferred a different car, but it was small. The air conditioning, but the air conditioning worked, and so did the suspension. I guess that's all I can really ask for. Like, again, I would have preferred a different car in Malta, but I guess it is what it is. You get it. Like, if you get a Chinese car, you get a Chinese car. There's nothing you can really do about it because our private driver used a little Chinese car, and it is what it is.
And that maybe has nothing on it, or has like shitty houses on it that aren't picturesque.
There are a lot of shitty houses in Athens.
And we can demolish those houses, and we can put like mansions on there, and then
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Unless it involves like urbanizing a separate, unless it involves moving all the assholes who do the graffiti out of Athens and like put them somewhere else, maybe. But I would be more gracious to the residents and building the mansions. We would build like neoclassical skyscrapers.
We can siphon more money out of the Middle East. Like, get the oil barons.
This isn't the Middle East, Pippa. This is Europe.
Chilling in those mansions.
No, I don't want Arabs. No, Pippa, I don't want more Arabs in Greece. And I don't think the Greeks do either. And quite frankly, I feel bad for the residents now because the Greeks were very nice to me.
On vacation. We can put a casino. We'll put a casino in Greece.
It does need more casinos. I would absolutely, Greece, definitely needs more casinos. Actually, is gambling legal in Greece? Offline? Okay. There's no gambling in Greece, unfortunately. We need to change that though. We need to change that. They would profit immensely from casinos.
We're gonna put a casino in Greece. We're gonna put
we need to put a lot of casinos in Greece.
Casino resort.
It needs to here's the thing, Pippa. If you're gonna build a casino resort, it's gonna be outside of Athens. It's gonna be outside of Athens because there's no space there.
I think it'd work. I think it'd be a better Hawaii.
Okay. Let's rehash all of this.
Greek people are not fucking real. The fuck even are Greek people? They're like, Greek people are like, either they're the statues, or they're like a blend between like Italians and Mexicans. And you're like,
okay,
or they're
we're
like
doing this from the top.
A blend between like Italians and Mexicans. They're the fuck even are Greek people? They're like.
The live YouTube commenting. They're all very vain, but they're all.
Greek people are like either they're the statues or they're like a blend between like Italians and Mexicans. And you're like, which one are you? And you don't know. They could go either way. You don't know if they're Italian or Mexican, but they're neither. They're Greek. Why doesn't America make Greece a second Hawaii?
Okay, okay, hold on, keep going.
We could buy out Greece and we could put some resorts along the water.
Okay.
For like rich people, and then for the houses along the water, we can renovate those.
Hold on, yeah, okay. I'm just answering all of her questions.
And turn them into Airbnbs for like the upper middle class.
A Mercedes what? Yeah, a Mercedes station wagon. Yes, that was one of our taxis. They have a Mercedes station wagon. Oh, we need to relocate. There's.
And then we'll find some nice land that maybe has nothing on it or has like shitty houses on it that are nothing on it or have land.
Okay, hold on.
And then we'll find some nice land. That maybe has nothing on it or has like shitty houses on it that aren't picturesque. And we can demolish those houses and we can put like mansions on there, and then we can siphon more money out of the Middle East, like get the oil baron.
Okay, well.
chilling in those mansions on vacation. We can put a casino. We'll put a casino in Greece.
I'm just answering all of her questions. Okay, yeah. Which is,
We're gonna put a
something
casino
wrong
in
with
Greece.
Opsy,
We're gonna
by
put
the
a-
way. He's great.
A casino resort.
Okay, where's that?
Chilling in those mansions on vacation. We can put a casino. We'll put a casino in Greece. We're gonna put a casino in Greece. We're gonna put a casino resort.
You know what's the funny part about like the Greeks and casinos? I was like something that I was like I guess rather proud of and like that I was able to finally do while I was on the cruise ship was read a book. I was finally like able to read a book in the lounge and do all that. And I read through the entirety of Casino Royale, the original Bond novel. And one of the characters, he's only referred to as the Greek, who was like this supposedly like this like Greek shipping millionaire or whatever, who was playing poker at the table. And like it's ironic that like Greeks are like interesting gamblers, are treated as like these interesting gamblers all the way back in the 1950s, but nowadays there's like gambling isn't even legal in Greece.
I think it'd work. I think it'd be a better Hawaii. 'Cause first of all, you could get like the surrounding nations. I don't know what surrounds Greece, but you could get the.
How accurate is the movie to the book? It's like, okay, like it's a completely different experience between both of them. Yes, like the plot, like the plot points are generally similar, and so are some of the characters. Like Mathis as a character is completely different from the movie and the book. You have to understand that one book, like the book takes place in the 1950s and the movie takes place in the 2000s. So it's a completely different book. It's a completely different story. In the opening, at least, yeah. Like admittedly, like it takes more time. You set with more time with Bond. You're able to better understand him as a character. They don't like. I don't really see him as like the book of the Bond, like the Bond of the book of Casino Royale, to be the same Bond as the one in Daniel Craig. It's not the same. But yeah, it's like completely like yes, it's the same characters, but it's a completely different experience that has to be taken seriously.
Surrounding nations to come in.
Okay,
To come in. The surrounding nations. First of all, you can get like the surrounding.
okay. 148. Oh, one. The surrounding nations. So we have Albania, Bulgaria. Oh, hold on. Hold on. No idea what. No idea what's. Is Turkey Turks? To the
nations. I don't know what surrounds Greece, but you could get the surrounding nations to come in and gamble. And then it's also not as far for Middle Easterners. Because like a Middle Easterner wanting to go to Hawaii, that's like a fucking 28-hour flight or some shit. But fucking Dubai to Greece, that's probably only like an 8-hour flight, right? So if we put a casino there,
hold on,
like an 8-hour flight, because like a Middle East not as far for Middle Easterners.
I'm sorry for this poor commentary, but this is too funny to me.
Because like a Middle Easterner wanting to go to Hawaii, that's like a fucking 28-hour flight or some shit.
Why does it have to be me?
But
you know what?
Fucking Dubai to Greece, that's probably only like an 8-hour flight, right? So if we put a casino there,
you know what?
We can get some more oil baron money.
She really wants the oil baron money, of course.
I can't think of $5. Pippin's Greece, full of Greeks. Even the government of Greece doesn't want Greece. Nobody pays taxes. And there's olive oil and everything. Well, that's why we make it an American state and we slowly filter out the native Grecian. Well, that's why we make it an American Greece. Nobody pays taxes. And there's olive oil and everything. Well, that's why we make it an American state and we slowly filter out the native Grecians, Greeks, whatever they're called. That's genocide, Pippa. You don't have to kill them. You don't have to kill the people of Greece. You just tell them that they can come to America if they want. And then the Greek people, because Greece is now a state, the Greek people come to America and then they're too poor to fly back.
That is true,
because there's no fucking jobs here. I'm sorry for thinking of 2,500 and then they're too poor to fly back. The Greek people come to Greek people, because Greece is now a state. The Greek people come to
It's called the Greeks in America.
America, and then they're too poor to fly back because there's no fucking jobs here. I'm sorry for thinking of 2,500 congrats. You just reinvented pre-Castro Cuba. Holy shit!
This is like what Pippa is proposing is like the golden. She really was like, it is like by accident the golden age of Cuba under Fulgencio Batista.
It was a good idea, if not for like the one guy. But nobody cares about Greece, so there's not gonna be. It was a good idea, if not for like the one guy. But nobody cares about Greece, so there's not going to be one guy to take it back over.
I care about Greece.
My contribution to the Greece fund.
They
have their own language.
People realize. Because, see, I'm not talking about ancient Greek, which is cool, don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about modern Greek as spoken in Greece today. There's actually a very interesting relationship between the two.
Apparently, like, they did try to, like, according to some of our tour guides and, like, our taxi drivers, they did, the Wire Wall. It's been a while since I read the book. It's a little surprising a luxury car brand is so common among poorer nations. Well, most of the taxis are Skodas or like cheaper Czech cars. But like again, going back to the Greek language, something really interesting is that according to our tour guides, they did try to teach ancient Greek in school, and they said it was the hardest thing they'd ever done because modern Greek is completely different from ancient Greek, and there's nothing in common between them.
To that in a second. First, let's talk about what makes Greek so special. So first of all, I don't think a lot of people realize this, but Greek is spoken by 13.5 million people, predominantly in Greece and Cyprus, but also in scattered communities across the Balkans and Eastern Mediterranean. Now, interestingly enough, the Greek speakers speak today has some very interesting sounds going on. For example, Greek has both a th and a the sound, just like English and Arabic, but unlike the vast majority of other languages on the planet. So that's pretty cool. Greek's vowels, on the other hand, are fairly straightforward. It's just e, u, e, o, a. Pretty simple, right? Or is it? See, the issue comes about when you try to write them down. The sound E, for example, might be written as any of these, depending on the context. Wait a minute, what's that alphabet? I'm so glad you asked. This is the Greek alphabet. It evolved out of your Phoenician script, and it's the first
I thought this was like dead, like Latin.
Alphabet that is known to have had separate letters for both vowel and consonant sounds. Now, funny enough, the Latin alphabet, which you're currently reading right now, evolved Now, funny enough, the Latin alphabet, which you're currently reading right now, evolved.
I don't know why she's laughing. Shut up, Pippa. I don't know why she's crying. Oh, she's sick. Anyways, thank you everyone who came. Thank you Big Yike. Thank you Ant the Fool. Thank you Falnatic Doge. And thank you Clicker Upstairs. Thank you everyone who came. Otsu Love, it is very, very late for me. I'll be seeing you next Thursday probably as I endure all this. Hold on. Let's see who's live. Pippa is live. She's probably playing Cult of the Lamb, but I'm not interested in that. Sinevere, Bamo, Nyata Neko, Urka. Let's see if the Monstrous is streaming. Okay, hold on. Let's see, SS Isa, Political, Japan and Foreigners, Ultra Derek. I think I'm just gonna end off here. Thank you everyone who came. Otsu Love, and I'll be